And we are back after a long hiatus with another episode of Holy Flick. I'm so excited. I'm getting goosebumps right now for this episode, what all we're going to talk about and go over to catch up with you guys in the realm of Hollywood, but also just our movie going lives. I'm your host, as always, Cannon King, and I'm joined by my favorite co-host, as always, Seth I.
All right. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, man, I'm really excited. We've been trying to make this happen for a while. Just quick background details. I had my first child, or I guess my girlfriend had him, but, had my first child come into the world back in April. So we didn't get to record a podcast in the last few months. It's definitely been a change of lifestyle, but yeah, it's been awesome. Don't want to go too much into personal details, but that's pretty much the reason for the long hiatus. But I feel like we're coming back at a perfect time in the middle of all the stuff going on in the movie world and all the stuff that's on the horizon. And we have so much to talk about, so I don't want to delay any further. Just a few. Well, first of all, I want to start out with a quote of the pod. I think I did this on the last couple, and Seth changed what my quote was going to be by texting me yesterday. You picked the wrong house, bub.
Oh, X-Men yes, 2. X-Men 2.
X-Men 2 Wolverine.
Awesome quote.
I had the quote loaded up for I drink your milkshake from There Will Be Blood. But,
hard to beat that one.
Hard to beat it, but you picked the wrong house, bub is a great inside kind of joke that we have for X-Men 2.
Yep.
I should probably post that video actually sometime on the Holy Flick page. I think that would be kind of
funny.
I
think that would be great.
I think about
especially closer to maybe Doomsday.
Yeah, maybe if there's a Wolverine sighting in that movie, we could definitely drop it then, or maybe he'll say it again. Who knows? You picked the wrong universe, bub.
Imagine.
That would be awesome just for us. But yeah, so getting into our headlines for this episode I think technically 14. Cinema is back, baby, since we've been gone. Absolutely back. AMC reported their best box office weekend of the year last weekend. 2026 is on pace to be the best box office year post-pandemic, on pace to match 2019, which is the greatest year for the box office, I believe, in history. Domestically looking to make $10 billion this year, at least $10 billion. We've got
at least.
At least. I mean, you have to think about Toy Story 5 is still in the midst. It's in its second weekend. Its first weekend, it debuted with 160 million domestically, 312 million internationally.
Insanity.
Over a quarter of a billion.
I was part of that money, by the way.
Yeah, over a quarter of the billion in the first weekend internationally. Is the biggest box office opening for Toy Story franchise, and largest domestic box office opening of the year so far. One of the best animated openings ever. So I
was about to say.
Yeah, I think it's
got to be up there.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was behind. I think maybe I want to say like Moana or something, but I'm not exactly sure. I know that Zootopia 2 had like legs on it, is what made it like the biggest animated movie of all time, box office wise. But Toy Story 5 blew up at the box office. When I went and saw Obsession this past Friday, I saw a noon showtime. There were grandparents and parents and just full on families everywhere. I saw a great appointment. Yeah, at noon on a Friday, which I understand summer for, kids are out of school, but still like noon. And in a smaller theater, this wasn't a chain theater, but somebody pointed out that I didn't even think about that the original Toy Story, I believe, came out in 1994.
Sounds right.
So you're talking about over 30 years ago that the first one debuted. So a lot of these grandparents that are going with the family, they were taking their kids to go see Toy Story at that time. So it's like a multi-generational franchise at this point, an IP. So I could definitely see this doing legs. I see projections of at least 1.2 billion. I'll go on record and say I think it'll do at least 1.5, if not closer to $2 billion at the box office. Just depends on the legs.
Wouldn't surprise me.
there's a lot coming out this summer, but I just don't see Toy Story as that family movie having a whole lot of competition. Like, yes, you have the Odyssey coming out soon, but yeah, Minions comes out.
Minions, I don't even know if that'll tear into. I mean, they'll probably just see both.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
I don't know how much they'll tear that away.
Yeah, being out for
the
summer,
Odyssey, of course.
Yeah, the Odyssey for the adults, but yeah, it's a great point. Minions could also chip away a little bit at the box office, but I don't know. I mean, I see this movie being out in theaters for maybe 2 months too.
Yeah, like it'll be playing by the time kids go back to school. It'll still be playing.
So yeah, Toy Story 5 blows up at the box office. That helps a ton. Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day, it raked in $62 million in its opening weekend. It did follow up not so great with a 60% drop off, $25 million. Reviews for the film overall, I think they've leaned positive, but I think word of mouth for the film has kind of been overshadowed by other films like Obsession and Backrooms in the last month. Which is crazy when Spielberg is getting overshadowed by some YouTube content creators. It's awesome.
It's great. It's great for cinema.
Yeah. New up and coming directors, young directors. And Spielberg himself has given his flowers to Kane Parsons and to Curry Barker for their films. But
maybe they can make some less scary stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I've heard Backrooms isn't near as bad as Obsession.
It's not. It's more of like a slow dread type. That's the best way to describe it for me, anyways.
Yeah, I've heard that they don't show as much, or it's kind of more.
There's really only maybe like 2 or 3 scenes that are really would like just jump. I guess a jump scare is what you would call it, but it's really very little. It's mostly just claustrophobia, dread, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not the same as Obsession, from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's funny. You've seen Backrooms, I've seen Obsession. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, if there was one film out right now that I want to see, it would probably be Backrooms, and closely followed by Disclosure Day. I've only gotten to check out 2 films in theaters since my son was born, which have been Devil Wears Prada 2 on a couple's date and Obsession. And I actually really enjoyed Devil Wears Prada 2, I have to say.
That's what I've heard. I've heard a lot of people really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the ratings aren't as good as the original, but yeah, I've enjoyed it a whole lot, actually. If you want to count it as a chick flick, then I'm all in on it. But to go over the Obsession box office real quick, which this is unheard of if you're not aware of how box office works. In its opening weekend, it made $30 million, a little over 30. In the second weekend, it made it was 0.03, so what is that? $30,000 off.
Yeah.
I think of making $48 million. So it went from 30 million to almost 40 million or $48 million in its second weekend. It boosted 57.9%. That doesn't happen
ever, like ever
in the history of cinema. I think they talked about there's a couple films in the history of Hollywood that have ever had such a big jump, because normally the rule of thumb is if you fall between like 40 to 50% weekend over weekend, you should be happy with that.
High fives all around.
It rose almost 60% weekend over weekend. Just goes to show the word of mouth. And then so almost $48 million in its second weekend. And the third weekend, it made over $48 million. It was up 0.4%. So it rose almost 60%, and then almost 1%. In its third weekend. Third.
Some movies are getting pulled on their third weekend.
I feel like a lot do.
Yeah.
Weekend 4, 42.85 million. That's 11% drop from 3 to 4. Weekend 5, 32.25. In its fifth weekend, it made more than its opening weekend. Over a month.
It's crazy. That's why we're still seeing it in theaters. That's why it's probably gonna be in there till mid-July.
Until the day we die.
Maybe longer. Yeah, they might never take it out. Why would you?
It's rumored to have been. It just goes on and on about Obsession.
They'll probably put this back in theaters like
Halloween?
Sometime before. Yeah, it will be back in 100%.
See it. And also too, like I think the main distributor is like under the umbrella of Universal, so they're talking about Universal Horror Nights
man.
in October.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, that would also give it a boost as well. All the Halloween costumes that are to come of
I've seen
Freaky Nicky.
Some merchandise sold through the Universal store for Obsession already.
I'm not shocked by that at all.
It's pretty neat looking stuff.
Yeah, it's
sold through Peacock, but same thing.
Who knows what's
whatever.
It's all going to one company at the end of the day, probably. Paramount.
Yeah,
but
right.
As it gets crazier on this, so it's going into its 6th weekend this weekend. The results haven't been released yet. I wouldn't be shocked if it's like on par or just below its opening weekend in the 6th weekend, which again would be insane. Just as a case study, when I did go see it on Friday, noon showtime, it was about another 12 people in the theater. I thought I may be by myself because we're in the 6th weekend on a noon showtime in a non-chain theater, and there was 12 other people in there with me, which is crazy. And everybody was like very into it. But I was going to say, craziest part maybe of this, I don't even know what the craziest part would be. It's all crazy, is rumored to be a budget of $750,000.
Wow.
If you know, again, anything about movies,
I mean,
under $1 million budget and even being heard of is unheard of. But
yeah,
right now it's sitting at about worldwide $337 million in total before this weekend on a $750,000 budget. You're talking about what? I'm trying to do the math here. That's like over 40 times. I want to say, let me pull out my calculator just real quick. $337 million. I just can't even believe this. 337 divided by, I'm going to do 0.75. I think my math here is correct. Wait, no, it's not correct. Is that correct? I think that would be actually. Oh yeah, because 10 times the budget, I was doing my math all wrong. 10 times the budget of $750,000 is $7.5 million. So $75 million is 100 times the budget. Right now, you're looking at about 450 times what the budget is.
Pretty decent. Pretty decent.
And
they'll probably take that.
Yeah, I'd take that every day. Any studio would kill to have that for their films.
Literally,
I mean, like, yes,
actually murder.
They would sacrifice 40 consecutive days of over $2 million at the box office. Each day has been over $2 million at the box office for 40 consecutive days. It's the first ever horror film to do that. It's now spent, it's saying right here for its, oh wait, maybe I have the numbers wrong because it's saying it's in its 7th weekend on this. I have to look back, but it's saying it's for this weekend. It will also be in the top 5 at the box office. So 7 consecutive weekends is what this is saying, either 6 or 7. But it's record high. That record high is held by Project Hail Mary, actually, which came out this year as well.
Yeah.
So if it stays in the top 5 into the next weekend, it will be the record for most amount of weekends staying in the top 5 in the box office. Last fact is $233.9 million domestically. It's the highest grossing movie to not ever be number 1 at the box office since Oppenheimer, which was because of Barbie.
Yeah.
Just
golly.
Just insane amount of stats and facts all around about this movie. And it's reviewed so highly too. It's not like, oh, it's just raking in money. Like, no, the reviews are insanely high.
Yes, it's not just some Marvel slop that people just eat up. Like, this is what I've read is an insanely good movie. I'm ready to see it, and also I'm not.
Yeah, I warn you. I warn everybody if you haven't seen it yet. I mean, it's a lot. Last thing about YouTubers taking over Hollywood, Kane Parsons, who I think was 19 when he was directing Backrooms. In week 1, it made $109 million, which is A24's best opening ever.
That's insane already.
Insane. It did fall 63% into the second weekend, but it was still almost $40 million in the second weekend. and then $19 million in the third weekend, and then $12 million in the fourth. So it's still, I mean, it's made a buttload of money. And also, again, YouTube creator. It had a little, I would argue that Backrooms did have a little more going for it, having like the actors that it had. And A24's backing.
Yeah, I'm about to say everything involved. It definitely had a leg up.
But still,
for sure.
I mean, again,
but still, I mean, yeah, insane
for these, again, YouTube content creators. Everybody's kind of little broed them for a long time about them being true artistic, their, I guess, our true artistic ability. But anyways, YouTube taking over Hollywood, as well as we talked about briefly before the pod, the Amazing Digital Circus, the last act, had a pretty bad weekend to weekend drop, as we talked about. 87% is bad. But
I do think it has something to do with the fact that I believe, now I'm not an expert, my daughter's an expert on this show, but I believe this was an early showing, and then it comes out for free via YouTube and Netflix 2 weeks after it came out in theaters. So that might have a little bit to do with it. Parents are like, no, I'm not taking you. We're going to watch it at home.
Well, and that could also be a lesson to studios to say that streaming does hurt.
I mean, clearly.
Box office. They've always argued that in the past that it doesn't, but obviously, I mean, it just only makes sense that it does.
They're just lying. They're wrong.
But yeah, so
that was actually a very, I'll get to it later, but I actually enjoyed that way more than I thought I would.
I haven't really heard much about it myself, but I'm also not in that demographic, I guess, yet.
Right. Right. Probably won't be for a while.
But it did place number 5 in its first weekend at the box office with $12.3 million. So again, going back to all these YouTube creators and everything, just taking over at the moment. I mean, when you're beating Spielberg at the box office, and that's just, I don't know, it's a sign of the times, I think, and a change within a whole title shift within Hollywood, it seems like. And also, last thing about it too is original IP with Backrooms and Obsession, that you don't need all 20, 30 years of historic IP to be able to do numbers at the box office and make people want to go out to the theaters. Originality is, I mean, still alive and well. It just need more of it.
People just need to want to make it.
And for me too, it's like the word of mouth. Like that's what
propelled Obsession 100%.
That's what they're living off of.
There's no other way.
So
literally nothing.
That's always the best form of marketing to me. You can spend $100 million throwing a bunch of TV ads up, have a meal at McDonald's.
I don't remember seeing any trailers for that when I went to the movies. I don't think I ever remember seeing a single one.
I feel like I vaguely remember seeing one, but it was pretty forgettable, and nobody was really talking about it until like it really came out, and then people were like, you have got to go see this movie, which a lot of people have said there's a lot of repeat showings for people, like people going back to the theater to take a new group of friends because they want to see their reactions to everything.
Yeah, right.
I mean, whenever you're making that much at the box office, kind of like we talk about with like the new Toy Story, like people are going multiple times.
It has to be. Right.
So yeah, just historic times since we've been gone from the podcast to catch up on all that stuff. It's insane and it's awesome. Like we said, cinema
I love it.
Is truly back. I've
seen
go ahead.
So many people outside of the theaters talking about the movie. I don't know. I just haven't used to see that very much, but the last few times I went, I've seen tons of groups of people doing that.
Yeah,
Pretty
I mean, just it being at the forefront of so many, I guess, like water cooler conversations. It's been a while since people were talking again about like not your regular run of the mill big IP film or the biggest blockbuster of the year. Like something like this is just, it's completely unheard of, unprecedented. It's amazing. It's, like I said, lovely time for movie lovers. Two more things moving on from that. I was just going to go over real quick, highlight some recent things that have made the news headlines that I just wanted to get out there. Was speaking of A24, they've caught a lot of backlash for a deal that they've made with Google, $75 million deal to create AI tools for aspects of the filmmaking process. The scope of the project, exact details have been kept extremely vague. But yeah, a lot of people, I mean, at least online, which is just online, and everybody complains online anyway. But,
yeah, they're going to do it.
I think mostly coming from A24, who's been like this champion of independent film for the last decade, really. Being the one to do this is what has shocked so many people more than anything. And Kane Parsons, the creator of Backrooms, had just said a weekend before about like never wanting to work with AI when it comes to filmmaking. Like, you have this movie out in theaters. He is a face of your brand for the moment and just created the best box office opening face, that you've ever had. Yeah, and then you're just going to slap him in the face and say, well, we're doing a deal with Google to bring AI into filmmaking. So
right.
Very disappointing.
Do you think you would want to do business with them again? That's kind of what you think?
Yeah, I think he will never work with A24 again unless
something's changed here.
Yeah, unless they back out. I wish they would back out, and I could almost see it just because, again, like I could see people boycotting A24 films because of this. I know to some people, AI is no big deal when it comes to just being brought into things. But when it comes to filmmaking, this has been a highly contested topic for a while now. And it definitely splits your audience.
There's a difference between using AI to make yourself look, whatever on Facebook, and then you got the movie side. It's not the same thing, not the same kind of AI, folks.
Yeah, the only type of AI I really like enjoy with, or I advocate for, I guess, is like some like deep research on topics that you're not, really in tune with.
Be quick access.
Yeah, quick access. Even then, it's kind of sometimes not accurate always. So it's almost like just doing your research like you're supposed to is the best thing anyway. But when it comes to any like creative aspects, I think AI is the antithesis of the creative process to me. But anyways, that's made headlines. It'll be interesting to see where that goes and how it goes. And then the very last headline before we get on to our other stuff is House of the Dragon finally made its return with season 3, returns with a bloodbath of a premiere. The next episode premieres tonight as we're recording this episode. Some fans have compared it to Red Wedding and Battle of the Bastards.
Okay. I'm not even going to comment on that. But
yeah, even my girlfriend, who's like a mega fan of all Game of Thrones stuff, but even House of the Dragon, like she said herself, like you just can't compare it to those things. But yeah, I would say it's definitely recency bias, in my opinion, to even think about something like that, or just forgetfulness of how epic those episodes were and how much they did for just culture in general. But yeah, they have made headlines, and I think, again, a lot of the complaints about House of the Dragon since season 1 has been a lack of exposition, especially within season 2. Not a lot going on or happening or moving forward. It's moving very slow. So they come right out of the gate with probably the most amount of stuff to go on in one episode within the entire series so far, I would say. A lot going on and a lot of changes, and be interested to see where it goes from here. I am excited for the second episode myself. A lot of sea battles too in the premiere, which was a lot of fun. You don't really get to see that a whole lot in general for shows or movies, but especially within like the Game of Thrones universe, they really haven't gone much into like a naval battle. But it's awesome. Air, sea, and land. There's a lot going on in this episode, and yeah, it did numbers. I think they talked about it being one of the best HBO premiere as far as viewership goes that they've had either in a long time or in the last so many years. But anyways, so that's been a big thing when it comes to television. But yeah, most of all, again, the biggest thing, I can't say it enough, cinema's back, and I could
absolutely back, and it's only going to get better from here on out to the end of the year. Is what's the craziest part.
The biggest movies.
I mean, we have 3 The big three haven't even came out yet.
Yeah, exactly. And there's even
It's
other
insane.
ones that I just like
And
forget
yeah,
about.
right.
Like we
Right.
talked about last weekend, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. There's a new Hunger Games that comes out this year. Like, who remembers that?
Which will do numbers.
Yeah, I mean, at least 500 million. That at the bottom line, I would feel like.
I would think you'd be right.
But yeah, Odyssey, Dune 3, and Avengers Doomsday. Those are all movies that could very, very, very well. Well, I don't want to say Dune 3 could make $1 billion. I'm a little more realistic, but I'm going to say probably about 700 to 750, maybe. It just depends, I think, on the hype that goes around it too.
The closer we get, yeah, and the word of mouth.
Yeah, I think Odyssey will probably break $1 billion, and Avengers, is that even really a question? I mean, I think that's like, kind of a given.
Could put, like I said, Marvel can just dump a bucket of slop out, and people are going to go see it. So
when it has that Avengers tag,
when the Avengers tag, yeah. Let me clarify. Yeah. Avengers tag, yeah, $1 billion guaranteed.
And they know what they're doing. Like we briefly mentioned before about like a possible Wolverine sighting in the movie, there's no telling what they're going to be throwing into this movie that's going to make people like run home and tell everybody.
Guess who we saw?
Tobey Maguire's back. Andrew Garfield's back.
And then he got killed instantly. Yeah. That's probably what's going to happen.
X-Men's in it, whatever it is. I mean, heck, just bringing RDJ back as Doctor Doom is if you
crazy. Don't see this movie within the first weekend, you're going to get absolutely spoiled beyond belief.
100%. 100%.
Maybe even the first, like the Friday night. If you don't see it Friday or Thursday night, you better stay off social media. That's just the facts. I wish it wasn't like that, but that's just the truth of the matter.
I've stated before with Dune 3 and Doomsday coming out on the same day, there's a good chance I'll be going from Dune 3 to Dune 3.
Yeah, walking right
Doomsday. I want to see Dune 3 like at least twice probably before I go see Doomsday, because I mean, I don't know. I couldn't be more in on Dune and the franchise. I'm on the 5th book right now, so if that goes to show how much of a nerd I am for it, yeah, I just can't get enough Dune universe. And knowing what's to come in this movie, man, it gives me chills just to think about.
And GOAT director.
And GOAT director, yes.
In my opinion. I'm biased, but
I've already been thinking if they were to continue the franchise, which it definitely gets even weirder after Messiah with like Children of Doom and God Emperor.
I've heard. There's one specific thing that about a worm and
Worm Man.
I'll just say that, Worm Man. That's a good way to put it.
Books, because I mean, the biggest question for me was how does that happen? And when I like, when I read in the books,
I really want to know.
When I read in the books, it did. I don't want to say it made sense.
Don't say it made sense. Don't say that.
It was a little more natural than I guess I thought it would be. I'll just say, like, in my head. Only seeing the movies before I read the books, of course. Right. I thought that it would just be like you just take, as you take so much like spice over time that maybe you like turn into a worm was my theory, or I guess my idea of how it happens. That's not how it happens. It's still it was a pretty gruesome chapter. Let me say that with the way it's described.
I think I'd rather it be the spice thing, but
yeah. It was something, but Children of Dune and God Emperor, now that I'm on to the 5th book, Heretics of Dune, it actually like tapers off a lot on the weirdness and being so far out there. It's more straightforward. And the hardest part to me is there's a lot of internal dialogue in even starting in Messiah, which I'm just like, how do you put that to film? Like when most of the chapters is somebody's
how are you going to adapt this?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of action. There's more.
I think that's why he's said he wants to be done.
Yeah,
I'm sure that has to play, and I'm sure he wants other projects, of course. Well, we know one for sure. But
Bond.
I don't even want to talk about that.
I will say last thing on Dune though, if they were to continue the franchise, the director that I want, I've fully decided on it, that I think is the most realistic and the best fit for it is Guillermo del Toro.
I probably would have guessed that first if I had to try to guess.
If you had to guess,
maybe second or third, but
I thought about it a few times. Like a Fede Alvarez is somebody else I thought about. Like he did Alien Romulus,
that would
and
be
with that creature.
Oh
you know,
gosh,
he could
Worm
probably
Man. I don't
make
even
a
want to
good
think about what Worm Man would be.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah, it'd be from Alien. The what's his name? God, I don't even want to think about him doing that. Yeah. Anyways,
just that alone made me think. Yeah, he could adapt Worm Man.
the same guy that was in that was the antagonist in Backrooms. Like played the body.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of
He's like that 8 foot tall guy from somewhere in Europe. I don't know. Played basketball.
I didn't know for forever that was an actual person.
Yeah,
playing
Yeah, not like
Alien and Alien Romulus.
Yeah, crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I think he would do a good job. There are other directors that I've thought about that I'm like they would do great, but I think Guillermo del Toro like fits it best, and I could also see him doing it. I could see him being like a mega Dune fan. I really haven't researched it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's already talked about how big of a fan he is. And this would be the crazy part for because you don't really get Worm Man. It's kind of Worm Boy within Children of Dune. But once you get into God Emperor, it flashes forward like 3,500 years. Is the time skip, and he's he's still around.
Oh, that's good.
So
thank goodness.
Ray Fiennes or Ralph Fiennes, however you want to pronounce it, would be my choice to play grown up God Emperor. I think he would do a wonderful job, honestly. But I'm dreaming here as a person that just wants to see it all adapted at this point, no matter what other people would think. I want it all. But anyways, okay, that wasn't even supposed to be a topic, but you get me all, I started talking
now
about
we
Dune,
talked about Worm Man, everybody.
Worm Man, the God Emperor, the tyrant, the prophet. So he's referred to as so many things in the books. But yeah. Anyways, a lot to come for cinema this year. A lot that's already happened. It's been an awesome year, and I really hope that it just proves again that cinemas are here to stay, theaters are here to stay, and people will get out and go see movies. You just have to give us good movies to go see.
Not just blockbuster IP, big IP stuff. We need.
Yeah, don't just give us another Fast and Furious.
Please don't. Please.
You don't have to finish the franchise. We're okay with it.
We're cool if we don't.
You could have stopped at 3, really, but
3 would have been cool. Tokyo Drift, that'd be fine. Just stop. Goodness gracious.
Anyways, okay.
Anyways,
we've talked enough about the headlines and everything else in between.
Also, Spider-Man, Brand New Day. We didn't even talk about how that's coming out too. That's going to do the numbers that'll do. I mean,
yeah, actually,
right there.
When you really think about the big 3 for the box office,
it might be.
Again, as much of a Dune fan as I am, it would have to come out of the top 3, and Spider-Man goes into it.
It will get beat.
Especially coming out of No Way Home. I mean, you're talking about one of the biggest box office movies in history. I know that they don't have like the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield effect, but you have Hulk in the movie, you have Punisher, and they've already said like the main villain hasn't even been shown yet. And
and just Spider-Man it's Spider-Man. I mean, come on.
And they've done a great job on the PR and showing the behind the scenes stuff of like so many practical effects, a lot more martial arts from Spider-Man. You got broke Spider-Man who's crying. Like
Jackie Chan helped on this, correct? Choreography?
I feel like
I
did read that, but he
was on set. Yeah, right. He wasn't the guy in charge. I think he was just on set kind of, I don't know, maybe giving out advice or something here and there. But he was on set. I do remember seeing that.
I do love all the stuff about like Tom Holland that, you know, he said, if I'm going to come back for a 4th one, we need like a good purpose for it. We need a good story. We need to go all out. We just not just to make another one. But I do love that he said since he made like the Odyssey, like I think he was making the Odyssey at the same time he was making Spider-Man, and he was telling them like, this is how you really make a movie. It's like one movie he makes with Christopher Nolan, and he's like,
oh my gosh,
I've been doing it wrong my whole life.
Yeah, right.
Like what have I been doing for the last 10 years? Like
Batman and Spider-Man and the Odyssey and Punisher.
Yeah, and Jason Bourne and
and who else? I know we're missing something.
Travis Scott.
Okay. Purposely on some things I'm missing.
Oh, Catwoman. You have Catwoman in there?
Yeah. I forget. Nolan's Catwoman.
Dude, I can't wait to see too. I know we're still just rambling here, but Robert Pattinson being the villain for the Odyssey and being the villain for Dune 3, I am just so excited to see
he's
that,
him.
man. He is him.
He can do it all. Range is
people,
range.
I'm tired of people still giving him a hard time about the Twilight stuff. Like, this dude is like,
nobody else could ever do Twilight like that and then go on and do this stuff.
had the career he's had.
Couldn't
I'm
happen.
not trying to overglaze here, but if there's an actor that's on track in his career, especially for the age that he's at, to be mentioned in the conversation with like a Daniel Day-Lewis and a Marlon Brando, he's the guy.
It's
him. This is the guy.
Not even nobody else is in the same stratosphere.
Yeah. I'm just I'm all in on Robert Pattinson, especially for this year. Robert Pattinson has so much that's came out or coming out. Zendaya is a big one this year. It's the return of Anne Hathaway this year, and they're all kind of crossing over in different films with each other.
Yeah, it's insane, honestly.
Yeah. So, okay. All right.
All right. Yeah, we'll just keep going if we don't.
We'll be the first hour of this podcast just rambling after the headlines. But okay, moving on to our random recommendations for you guys, for the audience, stuff that we've seen a while ago or recently that we'd like you to check out. I know I've rambled so much. Okay.
I know one of ours could be for both of us, really, that we're not going to talk about right now, but
I didn't put it on my random recs, but actually I probably should have, now that I think about it.
I'm going to use it as one of mine, but I mean, you can use it as one of yours too. That's how good Widow's Bay is. Widow's Bay. I mean, Apple TV, Apple streaming, whatever it's called now. My
Apple
goodness. I'm not going to we're not going to get into it right now, but so I'll just say we're streaming and then stick around at the end for some. Are we doing spoiler or spoiler free?
We can start out spoiler free, like with just like an open review, and then for like 5-10 minutes or so, and then we can get into spoilers. If people have seen Widow's Bay, I should have said that at the beginning of the podcast. Thank you for reminding me. But the next few segments, random recommendations, are blind draft, higher or lower. Tom Cruise draft is what we're doing, by the way. Forgot to also mention that.
Oh goodness,
we're 36 minutes in, and I'm still doing the opening. But we're doing all our regular scheduled segments and movie games, and then recently watched, and then we'll get into Widow's Bay. And like you said, we can touch on our overall thoughts. I would love, though, to get into spoiler talk with you and nerd out about it.
Probably could go a pretty good while on that.
Yeah. Like Seth was alluding to about Widow's Bay, we both said it's maybe our favorite thing of the year when it comes to television. Probably is.
Probably is, yeah. There's a few other shows that I really like, but man,
I'm so glad you kept texting me about it. Like, you're like, Widow's Bay, dude, Widow's Bay's peak. You gotta watch Widow's Bay, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is. And when I finally checked it out, I was hooked. Hooked.
It's all it took was like one episode. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I wish there was more. I'll just say that. I'll put that as one of my random recs. I won't say much. I'll leave the details to it till the end. Apple TV though.
Definitely check it out.
Another show I watched. This is another TV show. Watched it on Netflix. It's got Sam Worthington. It's called I Will Find You. Just came out, I think, like last week. I believe. Streaming on Netflix. I Will Find You. Sam Worthington, Britt Lauer from my goodness, The Apple Show. Right, I think that's what she's in. Severance. Sorry, I blanked out big time. The main girl in Severance. I can't remember her name.
Helena.
Yeah, Helena. Yeah, she's kind of co-stars here with Sam Worthington, but I mean we got Chi McBride, Aaron Richards, Jonathan Tucker, Aaron Ashmore, which is Sean's brother. They look identical. A few other people you would recognize if
Jonathan Tucker, aka Boone.
Boone from Justified, and pretty much he's a good guy in this, but he pretty much plays a bad guy in almost everything else he's ever been in, which is pretty funny. He plays a good bad guy.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, I Will Find You, streaming on Netflix. Sam Worthington's in prison for murdering his own son. He's been in prison for 5 years, and then possibility that his son is actually still alive. and he was framed, and then it kind of just spirals from there. It's kind of all I'll say there. Apparently it's a Harlan Coben book.
Okay.
Adapted to the screen. Apparently he must have a deal with Netflix because he has like 16 shows on Netflix off his books. So I don't know what that is about, but good for him.
Yeah, gotta be a Netflix deal though.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, he's got, I don't know how many I saw on Netflix.
He's got the Adam Sandler deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. I think there is 8 episodes. If I want to, it's definitely a mini series. Like it's done. Like it's not going to be 8 episodes. 8 episodes. It's a pretty good watch. Acting in it gets kind of, I don't know. It's all right. It's worth watching. I'll say that, especially if you need some time to fill. Good little mystery to it. Some pretty good twists, honestly, because I really thought from like the first episode I knew what happened, and it turns you around here and there. It's pretty good. I'm sure the book's pretty good. Probably better as it usually goes, but
yeah.
But yeah, I Will Find You on Netflix with Sam Worthington, who's been in a lot more stuff lately.
He's always does
Seems
a
like
good job.
I guess he really doesn't have to do a lot of work considering he's getting those checks from Avatar. But
yeah, well, I always think the same thing about Zoe Saldana with all the stuff she's in, but then she's in like T-Mobile commercials, and I'm like,
yeah, right.
Are you hurting?
You don't have to do this. What have you? Are you really bad at gambling? You got an addiction here? What's going on?
Yeah.
And the third thing, I'm going all 3 TV shows here.
Okay, perfect. I'm going all 3 movies, so that works out.
There we go. This one's been going on. I haven't watched all of it yet, but I watched the first season, and I want to watch. I think there's, let me double check, 3 at least, maybe 4 now. Yeah, 4. Dark Winds.
Okay.
It's on AMC. I'm sure they have a streaming, AMC Plus streaming. Follows Lee Porn and Chi, 2 Navajo police officers in the 1970s Southwest that are forced to challenge their own spiritual beliefs when they search for clues in a double murder case, which that's the first season. They're working on that, and then I don't know what happens after.
Kind of sounds like
the next 3 seasons.
Kind of sounds like a Native American True Detective. I think.
Yeah, it has some vibes like that. I mean, it's not quite as dark and sad as True Detective season 1 or any of the seasons were, but it's really cool. Zane McLaren is the lead.
Real quick, just looking on justwatch.com, which sometimes it can be wrong. It's showing, yes, it is on AMC Plus, but it also shows it's on Netflix.
Oh, well, there you go.
It says 3 seasons on Netflix. So 4 seasons on AMC good. Plus, 3 seasons on Netflix. So just to let people know.
There you go. Definitely. Well, I'll be watching season 2 and 3 on Netflix then. Because I don't had a trial on AMC Plus. Yeah, it's good. The first season was really cool. Good twists and turns again. I didn't really know many of the people in the show, which doesn't mean anything. I think it was cool to see some new blood in the acting scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Widow's Bay, of course. We'll talk about that later. I Will Find You on Netflix, and then also Dark Winds on Netflix apparently. So that's good.
Awesome. 3 shows.
And, pass it to you for your movies.
Yeah, like I said, the only reason I didn't include Widow's Bay, I think, is because I'm usually movie-centric with my recommendations, but I'm glad that you fill the other, you complete me when it comes to the random recommendations. And as a movie lover, I don't want to get too romantic here. But random recommendations. So one movie that I had on my last one for the podcast we did back in March, and then I swapped it out last minute. I said I was going to save it. So here it is. It's maybe controversial. Babylon. Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, who's all in this movie? I couldn't even begin to tell you.
Like everybody.
Yeah, everybody. It's showing Gene Smart. There's a ton of people in the film. Even Flea is in the film from Red Hot Chili Peppers. But Damien Chazelle, written and directed. He's of course, the wonder kid that made Whiplash, made La La Land, and then it's kind of fallen off since then with some of his movies, especially at the box office. Babylon is famous for being a box office bomb. I watched it a couple years back after it had left the theaters, and at least from like a movie lover perspective and like a film history perspective, it has so much in it that it's really highlighting the transition between the silent era film going into what's called at the time as talkies, but what we know now is just movies.
Just movies in general. Yeah.
But just about some of the big actors and how they make that transition. It goes into racial themes within the movie. It goes into how kind of women were at the time, like how they were treated on set. It goes into kind of the dark side of Hollywood with Tobey Maguire's appearance in the film. It gets into some Weinstein, Epstein territory with that. The final scene, though, of the movie, it's a long movie. It's, I want to say, it's over 3 hours, 3 hours and 9 minutes long. So we're talking about a long haul here, which already turns off probably most people. But it is an epic film, in my opinion. It has so much going on. It is so good. And I will say the final scene of that film is up there for one of my favorite movie endings. Like, I was tears in my eyes watching it, kind of flashing through film history. I don't want to give too much away about it, but it's a beautiful film. It's on Paramount Plus. If you have the 3 hours to spend on it and you want to take a chance, I mean, Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie, them alone, it's pretty easy to watch them act. So yeah, it should be enough. Great film. I think it's highly underrated, highly underrated. But that was my one from the last podcast that got left off the list. Number 2, Palm Springs on Hulu. This is Andy Samberg, and I'm blanking on her name. I need to look at it. She is one of the main stars within the Penguin Show. Kristen Milioti and J.K. Simmons. This is like I want to say more comedy. I don't know how to describe it really. It's the exact same premise as Groundhog Day, but it's a more romance and comedy going on. It's only an hour and a half long, so here you go. If you don't want a 3-hour movie, here's you a quick 90-minute flick. But the summary here is Niles and Sarah find themselves stuck in a time loop and living the same day over and over again. They are drawn to each other, but certain revelations threaten their budding romance. It is an awesome movie. Groundhog Day is one of my personal favorite movies, probably my favorite Bill Murray film. And it's been done again and again and again, even in like Edge of Tomorrow, as we're about to talk about Tom Cruise. But I think the spin that it has on it, the take it has on it, it breathes fresh life into the concept of living the same day over and over again. It has a lot of great twists and turns, a lot of heart to it. It was something I didn't check out until a couple years ago at home, and I was so shocked at how much I enjoyed the film. Andy Samberg does an amazing job, as well as Kristen Milioti. This was before Penguin as well for me. So, and J.K. Simmons too. His role, dude, is like one of my personal favorites of him. It's so crazy, his character, but it's so good. Anyways, definitely check it out if you have the time. It's a great couples watch too, for at home. But yes, it's on Hulu, streaming now. Palm Springs. I highly recommend. And then this is kind of a cop-out third one here because I'm kind of combining two movies together. But Paul and I just talked about this yesterday, and I was like, here we go. This is definitely my other random recommendation. Is the 2 Raid films, the Raid 1 and the Raid 2. The first Raid film is also on Hulu, and the second Raid film is it's only on Pluto TV for free, but it's a $4 rent, and I would highly recommend. I have them both on Blu-ray. My favorite action films of all time. I don't talk about the Raid enough. The hardest part for people, I think, is it being a foreign film. It's made in Indonesia by a British director, actually. But you'll recognize some of the faces from the films now, but because how popular these films got for certain people, like these actors have been used like in Star Wars and other films. But it's again, I think the only film that is better than The Raid when it comes to an action movie, especially if you love martial arts and just hand-to-hand combat, gunplay, all of that. The only film that's better than The Raid is The Raid 2, in my opinion. Better story overall, more going on in it, and the budget gets greater because of how well the first Raid film did. The cinematography in it is like jaw-dropping, but two of my favorite films of all time, and personally my two favorite action films. I think a lot of, not to say that it's stealing by any means, but I think a lot of the inspiration for like the action within the John Wick franchise definitely comes from The Raid. The movie Dredd with Carl Urban, the remake, Judge Dredd, is that film is a direct ripoff of the first Raid film. I will say that. Like, it's the same concept, same everything, really, as the first Raid film. The first Raid film, the premise is a police officer with, like, a SWAT team going into this high-rise apartment complex, and they have to fight their way floor by floor to get to the top floor to take out a mob boss or arrest him, really. And the second film kind of picks up with a certain twist that happens in the first film and goes from there, but it goes a lot more into just the city, real world. Like, the first film is pretty much all one location, and then the second film, it definitely expands. But highly recommend both those films. I really wish there was a Raid 3. Don't think that'll ever happen, unfortunately. But yeah, two of my favorite films of all time. Highly recommend edge of your seat action. But Babylon, Paramount Plus, Palm Springs, Hulu. The Raid 1 is on Hulu, and the Raid 2 is on Pluto TV, but also $4 to rent. Yeah, any of those films I don't think you could really go wrong with. If I had to pick one, I mean, the Raid and the Raid 2 for me. Again, both those are like 10s for me personally. But yeah, so that's it. You got 3 TV shows to watch and technically 4 movies. I know I copped out putting 2 of them together, but couldn't talk about one without the other.
It happens.
Yeah. So yeah, if any of you do check out any of those titles, please let us know your thoughts on it. I know we'd love to hear your thoughts, especially if you end up watching Widow's Bay, as we'll talk about later. Would love to see more people watch Widow's Bay and have more people to talk about it with. Yeah. So that's all the random recommendations. Moving on to let's do the blind draft first, if you want to.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Do you want me to read mine first? And
it's whatever you want to do, man.
Okay.
I'll let you pick.
I'm really excited about mine for you. So and for you to figure out what the theme is, as always.
Oh yeah, you'll find mine out pretty quick. But
I think it'll take you.
That's all right.
I think it'll take 3 films for you to figure out what it is. Maybe. All right. Starting off, 7 films here. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I already know what it is.
You already know.
I don't know.
You might.
Is it Nick Cage?
It is. Oh my God. What a pull. What a pull.
That's a goated moment for me.
I underestimated you. Of course, you know I watched one of those films recently, but man,
yeah,
that's crazy.
I think Spider Noir, that's what popped in my head. Because as soon as you said that, I was trying to think of like big names in that movie, and I think he's the biggest, right?
Dude,
he's gotta be.
I will never underestimate you again. I'm sorry. I kiss your feet and I bow to you.
So it's the first one?
Yeah, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Okay. This could change the way you rate it now that you know, but
I don't know. I am gonna. I know one thing I'm waiting on, but I'll put that one at. I'll put that at 5.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just not a big fan of those.
I love I like the first one a lot more than the second one.
I do like I will say I do like the first one more than the second one.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
Kick-Ass.
If we ever see the last one. Ooh. Oh, 3.
Starting out with 2 superheroes. That's why I thought I was going to throw you off, as I was starting out with 2 superheroes.
Yeah, that could have. If we hadn't talked about Nick Cage somewhat lately, I probably wouldn't have guessed him. I wouldn't. I don't know what I would have said. Probably superheroes, yeah.
Yeah, first Kick-Ass.
Right. It has to be for him. 3 will be good.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is one of my personal favorites of his. Lord of War.
Oh gosh, I just watched that like last year, I think again.
I love that movie.
I'm gonna think.
So good.
I think I'm gonna put that at 2.
2? Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting on something.
Okay. Next up, the one that I watched recently and talked with you about, The Rock.
4.
4. Okay.
Not Dwayne Johnson, by the way. Folks.
Not the yeah. Him and Sean Connery, really good movie. Michael Bay.
It
I
is
could have
very
done
good.
without the car chase scene myself, but a little over
Yeah,
the
that
top.
was kind of whatever Michael Bay style stuff, but
It gets off on a tangent at that point. Okay. The First National Treasure, aka
number 1.
what Nicolas Cage really is a national treasure. Number
Yeah.
1.
Number 1. That's what I was waiting for.
Oh,
I was
man.
hoping it was going to be on there.
All
I
right.
put myself in a corner though, unfortunately.
Yeah, you got 6 and 7 left on your list. Face Off.
Man, that's tough. I'm trying to think of what is going to be the other option. I'm trying to think of. There's so many there's a lot of bad options, so I'm going to hope that it's one of those. I'll put Face Off at 6. I do like
Okay.
that movie.
All right. Yeah, be glad that you made this list the way that you did.
Okay. What did you give me? What was the last one?
I was going to try to screw you over.
Is
Ghost Rider,
what is-
Spirit of a...
Okay, that's all I needed to hear. I hadn't even thought about that as a possibility. I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, I would be sad.
I was hoping that would be like 1 for you.
As long as that one's 7, I'm happy.
You really did
I
make
can
this
live with
list
the rest.
right. So National Treasure number 1, Lord of War number 2, Kick-Ass 3, The Rock 4, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 5, Face Off 6, Ghost Rider Spirit of Avenger. That's a good list, I think, really.
That's a good list. I like it. I'm happy with it. As long as I got the first 2 were 1 and 2, I'm happy. I don't really care after that.
Yeah.
You can kind of rearrange them, except for Ghost Rider. That has to stay at the bottom.
One of the worst reviewed films.
Shouldn't even be on the list now. I should say that actually.
Should be 8.
I'm trying to think. There's no way for me to. I'm trying to think of how to do yours. You'll be able to guess it. Wait, I could throw 1 in there. There's no way you would guess it on the first one.
No way I could guess like you did.
No. You could. I won't say you couldn't if you really, really thought about it.
I'll do my best.
Maybe.
I'll do my best.
We haven't talked about this. It's a person, just like
Okay.
yours was. But, anyways, I'm not gonna do that one. I'll do this one. The Italian Job.
I'm trying to think here.
2003. I haven't seen that movie, and I can't tell you.
I would say
Yeah.
it's been probably 10 years for me.
I've only
since I
watched it one time.
I was on a Mark Wahlberg kick back in like high school, so.
Y'all need a pilot? Hey, that cast is stacked, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know Mark Wahlberg, Edward Norton.
Donald Sutherland, yeah, Edward
yeah.
Norton, Charlize Theron.
I'll go 5. I'll go 5.
Okay. Put that on here so I can keep up. All right, now I'll get it. Now you'll be able to guess, maybe. Let's save that one. There's so many to choose from. I'll just give it away here. The Beekeeper.
Is this Jason Statham?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot. I was thinking he was in an Italian Job, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Beekeeper, eh?
love it.
I'll go 6. Just because I'm
this
afraid
list
there
could be
something worse.
Really good or really bad. He's got that career.
I should have probably gone higher with Italian Job if I'd known it was Jason Statham.
Yeah, I knew you would.
I was
There was really one
I was thinking Edward Norton, so I was like, he's got a good catalog, but Jason Statham,
he would have been a good one.
this changes things.
Crank.
Oh, I really the first Crank.
Yeah, first Crank. Yes, definitely the first one.
Okay, because again, who we're talking about here, I'm gonna go 2.
Yeah, Crank's a good movie.
Yeah, I like both those films a whole lot. They're talking about high octane type action films.
That's
crazy.
a fun. If they put that back in theater, I'd probably go.
Yeah, I like both those films.
Now I could really give you some. Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do this. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh, buddy, this ain't even a question. Number one, ain't even a question. Me being a Guy Ritchie fan, I mean, and that's like the first film he ever made. I'm a huge fan of that film.
Let's go The Expendables, the first one.
I'll go 4.
Okay.
Time I put myself in a bind, I got 3 and 7.
All right. 3 and 7 open. The Meg.
Oh, God.
I actually really like that movie. That's good. That was good by you. Because number 7 is Snatch. Or sorry, number 3 is Snatch. 7 would have been Snatch if you would have.
Good. I was afraid when you said Lock, Stock, I forgot about him in that and Snatch.
Yeah, and Snatch. Yeah, I always forget about him in Snatch.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Then if that would have been my
you guys have a good list. I mean, you probably want to switch Crank and Snatch. I'm sure. Golly, this sounds weird.
Yeah, Crank and Snatch. It sounds like we're talking about
some
drug.
It doesn't sound great. These are films, folks.
Yeah, if I had to rate these now, I would say probably Snatch 1, Lock, Stock 2, Crank 3, Italian Job 4, Expendables 5. Yeah, Beekeeper and Meg, they're about the same.
I really like the Meg. Honestly, I like the Meg more than I did the Beekeeper.
Yeah,
it was just because it was just wacky. Like it was just a fun like popcorn movie.
I mean, Beekeeper's wacky too.
I mean, he literally kills a megalodon with a samurai sword. I mean, that's literally how the movie ends.
It's borderline Sharknado is what we're getting into.
It's Sharknado with a bigger budget and a bigger name in it. That's all it is.
That's probably why they made that film. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not terribly mad at that.
Yeah, I think we both had some dang good lists here.
Yeah. I'd side with yours. The only thing for me on yours, again, if it were me listing, I would have Spider-Verse
above The Rock.
Yeah, I'd probably have it honestly 3. Like 3. Yeah. I'd have Lord of War.
Honestly, I mean, I could
for me, but
at any given time I could really rearrange 3 through 5.
I just think what Spider-Verse,
I don't have an issue with it.
What Spider-Verse did with animation and how it like literally brought a comic book to life is like it just can't be underestimated.
I almost threw you for a loop on mine because apparently he's uncredited in the Pink Panther remake with Steve Martin.
Oh, really? Actually,
I didn't know that. I saw it and I was like, I could throw this in there. There's no way he would guess this.
Yeah, no way.
And he was also in where's it at? The animated movie Romeo and Juliet.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
I didn't know he was in that.
I didn't know that either.
I was gonna lead off with that one and those two, Pink Panther and that one, and be like, "There's no way," but I was like, "Nah, I can't do that."
I was expecting Hobbs and Shaw to make an entry somewhere.
I thought about it, but I just no, I'm not gonna do that.
I don't hate that movie as much as I probably should.
That's how I feel pretty much every movie of his. Honestly, I just keep going.
Oh, I'll tell you the good one recently.
I'm ready for Beekeeper too.
Oh gosh,
actually, Jason Statham stole my bike. Is what I'm ready for.
Yeah, that's insane as well. What am I trying to think of here? There's another Guy Ritchie film recently where he was like the
Covenant?
Brink. No, the Brink guy that he was the main star in, like where it's like a bank robbery movie. Wrath of Man. Yeah, Wrath of Man. Yeah. That's it.
That's pretty good.
I'd say I enjoyed that one a lot, especially as far as Statham movies go. Yeah. Real quick, just because you talking about cast, just reminded me a quick little side venture here.
I know what
I don't think
you were going to try to get me to guess.
Yes, I'm going to try to get you to guess what this movie is based off the cast. Just a quick little fun game because this is
get away from
months ago.
Keyboard song sheet. You're right.
Months ago, I texted you about this, and I'm like, you won't believe this cast.
Can I get a time frame for when this came out?
This
like a decade?
In the 2000s. In 2000s.
Okay. Well, that's not good.
So I'm just going to start naming off random names from it, okay? Because the cast list goes on and on. All right?
Is this an action movie, I'm assuming?
No, not an action movie.
Oh.
Not an action movie.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to tell you what it's about yet, really.
Yeah, don't do that, because that's a good idea. Okay, so, I'm ready.
I just want to start off with random ones here. You've got Joe Perry.
Okay.
You've got Fergie.
Okay. I don't know what this is.
You've got will.i.am, also from the Black Eyed Peas. Now let's get into more actors here to see if you may start going on the right path. Well, here's some music / actors. Actually, let's go into that territory. RZA.
Okay.
Fred Durst.
Okay.
Wyclef
this isn't
Jean.
an action movie?
This is not an action movie. Wyclef Jean.
Okay.
There was another, I thought, Steven Tyler.
Okay. I don't know what this is.
Andre 3000. And now we'll get into the actors, because this is just like the musician / musician actors. You've got James Woods. Danny DeVito. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Not animated.
Oh my gosh.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Okay. I should be able to figure this out now.
Harvey Keitel.
What the heck?
Cedric the Entertainer. And now the top 3 actors listed for top billing. Vince Vaughn. Uma Thurman.
Oh.
And John Travolta is the main actor. Can you guess what this movie is?
And this isn't an animated movie.
This is a live action film. It's listed under satire, comedy, crime, and a music film. Music is really what it's about. It's revolving around music. Not a musical, but
okay.
Yeah. I found out about this movie.
Pain Game. That came out way after that and didn't have all those people, just had The Rock. The Rock is what I'm focusing on.
There's more people I didn't even list. I kind of even want to tell you the director, which makes it even crazier to me, is F. Gary Gray, who made The Italian Job.
Sounds like a fake name.
Who made The Italian Job, who made Straight Outta Compton. He made one of the Fast and Furious movies. He made Law Abiding Citizen. So, pretty big director.
So...
You want to hear something even crazier about it? Is what novel it is based off of, who the writer is.
It's based off a novel.
It's based off a novel, Elmore Leonard novel.
From Justified.
And he also wrote Jackie Brown. It's based off one of his novels. This is probably one of the most bizarre projects I've ever ran into. The only reason I found out is because one of my friends, Ryan Young, shout out Ryan Young if you're listening to the podcast, he is a fan of the podcast, said it's one of his personal favorite movies of all time. But I'll go ahead and tell you it has a 5.6 and a 37 critic score.
And give me the exact year it came out.
2005. It's a PG-13 film. I'll even give you the synopsis if you need it.
So he wasn't really. So The Rock wasn't big at this point.
He wasn't. He wasn't really The Rock.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't Doom. I know that.
I didn't even know this movie existed until you mentioned it.
I don't either. I don't think I'll be able to guess it, man.
So, the name of the film is Be Cool.
Be Cool. Okay.
It's about a disenchanted with the movie industry. Chili Palmer is who John Travolta plays. Chili Palmer tries the music industry, meeting and romancing a widow of a music executive on the way.
Huh.
I saw the cast list and I was like, I text you. I was like, next time we do the podcast, I've got to list this cast for you to see if you can guess this movie. Insane.
This is crazy. Yeah,
Leonard novel, F. Gary Gray, and that cast, all of that combination is like I don't. It's very bizarre.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's. Yeah, I would have never guessed. I've never heard of that movie, so I would have never even guessed it.
I didn't know maybe if you had seen it before, or if it's been a while.
No. I can 100% say after I looked it up on IMDb after you told me the name. Just looking at the still photos of it, no, I've never seen. I will say I have seen. So the picture that shows up on the trailer of Vince Vaughn in a coat and like a chain or something. I've seen him dressed like that somewhere, but I've never seen this movie. I've never even knew it existed.
Yeah,
anything about it. No,
I didn't
definitely
either.
not.
I kind of want to check it out, but at the same time, I kind of.
Says it's on Prime, or maybe Pluto TV, which is, I guess, still through Prime. I might try it out. I don't know if I'll finish it, but I might try it. Dang, it's 2 hours long. Maybe I won't try it out.
You'd think it'd be like an
that's
hour
one
and
of
20
those
minutes or something.
Yeah, that's one of those. There's no way I could sit there for 2 hours. But maybe, I don't know. I might change my mind.
Maybe like one of those, like, so bad you enjoy it. I don't know.
Yeah, there's plenty of those. There's a couple of those on my recently watched in theaters list that I'll go over. So.
But yeah, okay. Getting that out of the way. That was a little side quest
Yeah,
we had to go on.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, moving on to higher or lower. The winner of this game will decide who gets the first pick in the Tom Cruise draft.
In the draft. Okay.
Would you like to go first in the game? Would you? I'll read
like
them off for you.
You read them off to me? Yeah. That'd be fun.
Okay. See what streak we can get here. I'm trying to remember where it's showing on my app that 29 is the highest, and that was probably you. And I have some tragic luck in this game. If people have listened to past podcasts,
I got the high on mine for 27. And I think that was you, coincidentally enough.
Yeah, we'll just go with your high score is mine, and
I already
yours.
I'll go first, but I already got your first matchup pulled up, and I can't. It's not like it has been. I'll say that. Thank goodness.
Okay. Not as hard as I think I've got 0 at least twice out of our 14.
Yeah, you've had some brutal pulls.
We haven't even done it every episode. Probably out of 6 episodes, I think I've got 0 twice, which makes me feel defeated. Okay, starting out, which has the higher IMDb score is the game. If those are unfamiliar with the podcast, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Fear and Loathing. Fear and Loathing has 7.5. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull 6.2. All right, Fear and Loathing or To Kill a Mockingbird, 1962.
Brother, I don't know. What was
7.5 exactly for Fear and Loathing?
I feel like Mockingbird's a classic. I'll just go with Mockingbird.
It might be tied. Mockingbird is at 8.3.
Bro.
Yeah.
Would not have guessed that.
Jimmy Stewart, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Jimmy Stewart, GOAT.
He is a GOAT for sure. To Kill a Mockingbird 8.3 or
I think Robbie Duvall's in that.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure.
Might be. I have to look that up.
Anyways.
To Kill a Mockingbird 8.3 or 1995's GoldenEye.
Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, it's good choice.
Yeah.
GoldenEye is a 7.2.
Pretty solid though.
This one might be interesting. GoldenEye 7.2 or the Fantastic Four First Steps that came out last year.
Dang.
That could be close.
Not the 2000 whatever one.
No. We're talking
16
about
or whatever it was.
The Pedro Pascal Fantastic Four.
I'm still gonna stick with what was it, 7.2?
7.2.
I think I'm either gonna lose by a point or tie. I'll go with GoldenEye.
GoldenEye. I think I would do the same as you. GoldenEye 7.2. Fantastic Four First Step 6.8. 6.8.
Oh,
so you got it.
I thought it'd be a 7 at least.
I thought it'd be in that area, which 6.8 close enough.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four First Step 6.8 or 2005's Sin City. Robert Rodriguez.
I watched that movie when I was a young lad. Probably shouldn't have.
That is a scarring movie to watch when you're young.
I was like 13 or 14. Probably more like 15. Because it had
Elijah
been out
Wood's
on
character is
video.
all I gotta say.
Well, yeah. Definitely Sin City. That
Definitely
one's
Sin
like
City.
got to be in the
High
high
up.
8 somewhere.
It's a 8 flat, so you're right.
Okay.
Sin City 8 flat or the Maze Runner or the Death Cure.
Okay, Sin City.
Sin City.
Was that the last Maze Runner?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. 6.
Didn't they get delayed really bad or something?
Yeah, for a few years. I feel like they all got delayed after the first one. Maze Runner 6.3 or, hey, look at this. Snatch 2000.
I'm going to go ahead and go with Snatch.
Correct. I think it's 8.3 if I remember right. 8.2. Dang, I was close.
Hey, close.
8.2 Snatch.
Oh,
These
no.
matchups, man, I love them. 8.2 Snatch or Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Yeah, it's Snatch.
Snatch. Oh, man. We could probably get through these games faster if I didn't laugh so hard. Star Wars Force Awakens, 7.7, by the way. So,
wow.
Higher than I thought it was.
That was the first one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first of
the
new trilogy.
So, okay, that's not. For some reason, I was thinking that was like the second or third one. I was like, that's going to be an easy win.
Star Wars Force Awakens, 7.7, or Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, the first Anchorman film.
Oh. I'm gonna stick with Star Wars. I think I'm gonna lose though.
I think you're gonna win because comedies.
Yeah, that's true.
Anchorman's 7.1. By the way, probably my second favorite comedy of all time behind
Holy Grail. Amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
So right now you're on a 9 streak, by the way.
Okay, and if I can get to double digits, I'll be happy.
Oh wow, I don't even know what to tell you about this dog. Good luck.
No.
The first Anchorman at a 7.1. Or a film I have never heard of, but maybe you have. It looks like it's a foreign film somewhere in Asia.
Great.
The Battle at Lake Changjin, 2021. This is like a shot in the dark.
I'll just stick with. I'm gonna go with The Battle because it's a foreign film.
Foreign film.
I don't know what this is.
I have no idea. It has a. Oh no, Seth! I'm so sorry.
No,
you've lost.
Was it that bad?
It was a 5.5.
I can live with losing on that.
I would have done the same as you.
What's the name of it? I'm gonna look it up on IMDb. I want to see what it is.
The Battle of Changjin. It's CHANGJIN. I would have done the same as you, honestly, and just said foreign film. If it's getting mentioned, probably rated pretty highly.
It said 2021. I think
2021. Yeah.
Yes, 5.5.
5.5. I'm so sorry. Brutal. I'm so sorry.
Hey, I would have picked that no matter what. Foreign film, I would assume.
I don't know how that even got put on the game.
It's on Prime Video. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Oh no, you're gonna watch.
It's 3 hours long. I'm not gonna watch that.
What is up with these 5.5 rated films that are so long? 2 hours and 3 hours.
That's probably why.
If it's bad and it's 3 hours long, oh god.
Yeah, that's
be like a dare.
Right, 9 streak. I'll take it.
9 streak
could be better.
Okay.
All right, you ready for your first matchup here?
I'm ready.
This one's interesting. Gone Girl, 2014, of course, versus Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2. Don't tell me.
You just lost. No way. Gone Girl had an 8.1. Toy Story 2 had a 7.9. Somebody please check on Cannon if you live close. We're playing again. We can't do that. I would have picked Toy Story. I would have picked that too. I feel like everybody would have.
If I didn't have a child in the house, I'd probably be screaming at the top of my lungs. If I didn't live in an apartment, oh my gosh. First of all, Gone Girl 8.1, it's a good film and David Fincher, but I would have thought almost the opposite. If I had to do a guessing game before, I would have said a 7.8 for Gone Girl and at least an 8 for Toy Story 2. I am just, how do I keep losing? I have almost all the IMDb scores like in my database, in my mind.
It's pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure, I don't know about 4. Okay, a 4 is under an 8. I know that 3 and 1 are definitely over an 8. Let's see what 5 is. Oh, 5 has the same score as 4. That's interesting.
I could puke.
Anyways,
I could puke.
we're doing it. We're gonna run that one again.
Well, you're getting the draft. I don't care. I'll do it again, but you're winning the draft. My gosh.
Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl, amazing film. Versus Sonic the Hedgehog 2020, which I actually love that series.
Let me go out on a limb and say Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. 8.1, Sonic 6.5.
I don't like
Oh,
the
wow,
number
this is
8.1 right now. I don't like that number.
Pirates 8.1, The Rock 1996.
Wow. 2 films that we just
Isn't that
talked
crazy?
about. Crazy. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep. The Rock was a 7.4. So The Rock, oh my gosh. The Rock 7.4 versus Dread 2012.
What in the are they listening? Just protract. I guess we just talk about so many movies. There's a good chance.
That's true. Poster for Dread 2012 is cool as crap.
Oh yeah, and it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. The visuals are awesome in it. It's
Yeah.
box office bomb, but I thought it was actually really good. This is kind of tough, actually. I could see this being like a tie, or I'm gonna go with The Rock.
Yeah, that's what I would go with. Yep, Dread 7.1 though. Close.
Oof.
Oh, what in the world is going on? Dread 7.1 versus Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Men Tell No Tales, which was the one with Javier Bardem.
Oh, the one. Okay, then I'll
Not the newest,
Dread.
but close to the newest.
I'll stick with Dread.
Dread wins. Pirates had a 6.5.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Pirates 6.5. Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah. 8.2 for Finding Nemo. Just barely above Toy Story 2, which is interesting to me. Finding Nemo 8.2. Quiet Place Part 2.
Finding Nemo.
Yep. A whole point ahead. Quiet Place Part 2 7.2 versus Superman 2025.
Unfortunately, I know the answer to this, and I wish I didn't. I texted you about this like last week.
Yeah.
Quiet Place Part 2.
7 flat for old Soups.
That's just
which is criminal, truly. Dude. Yeah, it's some people. This is review bombing, real review bombing, not like that they said with Star Wars Acolyte. That movie or show just was terrible. Superman 7 flat versus Heat 1995.
Heat,
great film.
Getting remade too.
Who could have guessed? Is it? Yeah, they announced who's it. They said who's in that, right?
It's Leonardo DiCaprio, Christian Bale. They're the main 2 stars of it.
Yeah.
Who else is in it? Let me look it up real quick. It's actually just called Heat 2. It's not a remake, I guess. I think it's a different part of the story, but Bradley Cooper's in it, Austin Butler's in it, Adam Driver's in it, Jason Clarke's in it, and it's directed by Michael Mann, the original, the Heat.
The original.
Yeah, so
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Heat with 8.3 versus Spider-Man No Way Home.
Heat. I'm gonna say 7.8, 7.9.
8.2.
What? Oh,
for Spider-Man. 0.01. You moved on. That's crazy. I would not have guessed it being an 8.
Golly.
At all. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that just felt like a really big nostalgia. Basically, pushed that to
anything
8.2.
8 and above is like you're prestigious to me. Like
yeah. Well, maybe not anymore, but No Way Home 8.2 versus Elvis 2022.
No Way Home. Elvis like a 7 flat, maybe
7.3.
7.3.
Elvis 7.3 versus American Psycho 2000.
American Psycho.
Yep, 7.6. 7.6. 7.6 versus Zack Snyder's Justice League 2021.
Oh.
Emphasis on Zack Snyder.
I'm going Zack Snyder's Justice League. I think it has like an 8.
Yeah, them Snyder boys. They don't play 7.9. It dropped a little bit, but it was at an 8.
Yeah. I mean, it's much better than the Joss Whedon version. I mean,
night and day different, really. Um, 7.9 versus The Truman Show.
Truman Show.
They'll remake that soon.
Truman Show. I'm going with it. I think it's at least an 8.
8.2.
There we go.
8.2 versus Karate Kid Part 2.
Truman Show. I do really like Karate Kid 2, though, I have to say.
Yeah. It's 2 points higher than Karate Kid. Karate Kid 2, 6.2 versus Thor Ragnarok, the best Thor.
Thor Ragnarok.
7.9. That should be an 8. 7.9 versus Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, 2008.
Sticking with Ragnarok. I'm going to say it's like a 6.2.
6.5.
There you go.
Same thing, really. 6.5 versus Signs, 2002.
Signs.
That's what I picked. Barely, but it does win, 6.8.
I just watched 6.8
versus. Oh, really?
Yeah, Key is a fan of the movie and got me to watch it. I did like it pretty good.
Yeah. 6.8 versus Now You See Me. First one.
The first one? Now You See Me. I'm going to say like a 7.2.
Mm-hmm. Great movie.
Is it a 7.2?
Yeah, it is.
Let's go.
Oh. Now You See Me, or 7.2 versus the original Toy Story. Toy Story themed.
I don't want to hear anything more about Toy Story after the first go around.
You'll never watch Toy Story 2 again.
Disgusting.
Or Gone Girl. 8.3 versus Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which was the one that came out last year, the third one. What is going on?
Are they running advertisements on this app?
Yeah, I don't know.
The first Toy Story.
Yep. 5.9, which is pretty fair for that. Now You See Me, the third one was terrible. 5.9 versus Dr. Strangelove.
Oh my gosh, Dr. Strangelove. I was just talking about this movie the other day. Maybe probably my second favorite Kubrick film.
If it would have lost the Now You See Me, Now You Don't, then
I'm gonna say it's like a 8.3 or 4.
8.3. Well, you should be able to move on because it's taking on Black Widow.
Yeah, I'll stick with Dr. Strangelove. Call me crazy.
I don't even remember seeing that movie. I got too inebriated before it and forgot everything that happened.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, probably for the best. I did buy a popcorn bucket though. It's pretty nice. Black Widow 6.6. That's way too high. Crash 2004.
Crash 8. It's like a 7.7 actually. 7.6.
7.7. Yep.
Okay. See, I can do all this, but I can't get one movie right.
But the first one, then they just know. Crash 7.7 versus In Time 2011. Don't know that.
That movie. Is that the Justin Timberlake?
It looks like him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one where they have to pay for like time on their life, right?
Yeah. They have it on their wrist.
Okay, I have seen that one. The poster it used is terrible. Like you can't see anybody's face, but I can. Now that you said that, I do remember him being in
that. Crash.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 7.3.
Computer's being slow.
4.
7.7 and beat In Time was 6.7.
Okay. A little lower than I thought.
Casino versus 6.7. I think I know what you're gonna pick here.
Yeah, Casino. I actually just watched it for the first time recently. That would be on.
That is a brutal movie.
Recently watched. Yeah.
The
second half.
Brutal. Yeah. It's hard to watch, honestly.
It's a long movie too. It's like a 3-hour film, but
yeah. Casino 8.2 versus Rush 2013.
Oh, wow. Great movie. I had to think for a second on what that was. Chris Hemsworth and Daniel
Brühl.
Yeah, Daniel Brühl, who's an awesome actor.
Olivia Wilde as well. Yes, he is.
Casino, but not by much. I'm going to say Rush is like a 7.9, 7.8.
8.1, 8.2, barely.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it was over an 8. But it's deserving.
I thought it was going to be an 8. Yeah, it is. 8.1 versus Mary Poppins Returns 2018. Didn't even know about this movie, to be honest with you.
I saw that in theaters when I lived in Knoxville, and there was a woman talking throughout the whole thing and a baby crying. I'll never forget it. I got so mad after that. It was a double feature. I saw something else with it. Rush. This is Emily Blunt was the Mary Poppins.
It looks like her, yeah. Kind of hard to tell in this. Anyways, 6.6 Mary Poppins versus Coco 2017 animated.
Coco,
flick.
and that's another movie I watched recently for like the second time ever.
8.4. Yeah, that was highly received.
Yeah, it's considered by
Ooh.
some to be the best Disney Pixar movie.
Coco 8.4 versus Skyfall.
Coco, but Skyfall's high up there too.
7.8. That should be an 8.
That should be at least an 8. Yeah, best James Bond in my opinion. But I haven't seen all of them, so you're the guy to go to on that.
It's better than the old. Yeah, the old Bond. I don't even compare to this guy.
Skyfall and Casino Royale is like.
Both of those movies are better than any Bond that was made before he took over, in my opinion. But
yeah.
Anyways, Skyfall 7.8 versus Jurassic World Dominion.
Skyfall.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know, what am I at now?
5.6. You're at 30. Just hit 30.
Oh, wow. So I've broken the record after getting 0.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're going to keep going here, I hope. Dominion 5.6 versus The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. One of my favorites of all time.
Lee Van Cleef.
Sergio Leone.
8.8. That should be a 9.
Yeah.
8.8 versus Thor Dark World. Is that the first one?
God, that's the second. Okay. That definitely Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
I'm just
watched. Getting easy ones here, really. I mean, it's not like
the last few. I mean, you've had some like really
close calls,
like layup ones, but you've also had some really close ones.
Yeah,
there's not been a very big middle ground. Thor Dark World 6.7 versus Finding Dory.
Finding Dory, at least a 7.6, I'd say.
7.2, closer than I thought.
Dang.
7.2 Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind.
Oscar winner for Best Picture. I mean,
8.2. That's really low.
I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie myself, just to say. I thought it was a little just weird for me, I guess.
It's not something I'd probably watch again. I'll say that. 8.2 Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Sticking with A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
Although I did like
6.9. I did too.
Sam Raimi.
6.9 versus Men in Black, the original.
Men in Black original.
First one. Yeah. Can't beat that. 7.3. 7.3 Forgetting Sarah Marshall, 2008.
I'm going to stick with Men in Black. I think I might be close, though, and I think I may lose.
It was close. No, you won. 7.1 was Sarah Marshall. 7.1 Soul, 2020, the animated.
Soul, like the most underrated Pixar movie ever.
That's what I've heard. 8 flat.
Yeah, deserving.
Excuse me. Soul with an 8 flat versus X-Men Apocalypse.
Soul. And I really do like X-Men Apocalypse.
I do too. 6.8 versus Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
7.1. Wow. I get it, I guess. Oh, there you go. 7.1 versus The Return of the King, Lord of the Rings.
Just go ahead and click it.
Yeah, I mean, no problem. Just a knock flat there, folks.
Yeah, just a top 5 movie.
That's a guaranteed two wins for it for anybody. Yeah. I hope,
unless it comes back with like Shawshank or something.
9 flat versus Lara Croft Tomb Raider 2001.
Yeah, you just go ahead and click it. Just keep clicking.
I can tell it's Angelina because all I can see is her lips.
Very recognizable lips.
Insanely, probably the most recognizable, I'd have to say. Golly, 5.8 on that movie. Brutal. 5.8 versus Insidious, the first one. 2010. 2010. Wow. That long.
Wow. 16 years ago. That means Paranormal Activity. That was like 2009, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe even earlier.
6.8 versus Knives Out.
Knives Out.
First up. Yeah. Love that.
I'm just getting a layup. I'm doing a layup.
7.9. 7.9 versus Fifth Element.
Knives Out. Fifth Element's somewhere in the
close though. 7.6.
Oh wow. Okay.
0.3 off. Yeah.
Wow,
It's
wow,
higher
wow.
than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
7.6, Dallas Buyers Club.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Love that movie. 7.9, real same, close, man. Wow. Oh, this one should be easy. 7.9 versus 300, Rise of an Empire, 2014.
Dallas Buyers Club. If it was the first 300, that might be a hard one.
That one, yeah, I would like to see what that one was. District 9 versus 6.2.
District 9. Awesome movie. Love that
Yeah,
movie.
it is.
Neil Blomkamp, I think is the made Elysium as well and fell off.
Didn't like that one.
Oh, and Chappie. He also made Chappie.
Chappie. 7.9 versus Platoon. Love that movie.
Platoon.
I Am Reality.
Platoon. I think it's at least an 8.
8.1.
There we
as
go.
it should. That's a brutal movie. 8.1 versus Rain Man.
This gets interesting.
Yeah, this one's going to be an interesting one. I feel like Rain Man has to be at least an 8.
As crazy as it sounds, I'm going to guess Rain Man's an 8 flat and stick with Platoon.
8 flat.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I think that's what I would have picked too, though. 8 flat versus Hotel Transylvania 3, Summer Vacation.
Just go ahead. Click.
You sure? 6.3. Sure. Barely beat it. 6.3 versus Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Sweeney Todd, and I really enjoy that movie. I'm not a big musical fan, but I do like it.
7.3 versus Moana 2.
I have no idea on this. I'm going to say Moana 2.
I would probably go with Moana 2 if it was me.
I'm going to say Moana 2 just because of the name.
The hype.
Yeah.
6.3. You lost.
What?
How does that have a 6.3?
I knew it wasn't well received compared to the first one, but I had no
idea. I knew it definitely wasn't
bad.
As good as the first one, but I could not see it being that low. My goodness.
Okay. Well, wow. I'm just glad to finally lose.
52, baby. 52 pickup.
It doesn't even really count, but we'll, I guess, count it for the future.
We'll count it.
All right. Well, despite me getting 52, you go ahead and go first for the Tom Cruise draft.
I'm looking up the original 300. Oh, 7.6. Okay. That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's fair.
That seems fair. All right. Tom Cruise draft, right?
Yep. Tom Cruise draft.
Golly, man. I don't even know.
We'll both pick. You want to just do 5?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay.
I don't even know. There's
so many.
There's so many.
The president of cinema himself.
Yeah. Literally. Father of film.
I mean, you can't go wrong with like any of these, I think. But
there's literally so many that I want to pick. I will go with my first pick. This one's, I don't know why I'm doing it, but I do. A Few Good Men.
Okay. I had that near my top too, but
there's just we're both gonna have an insane list.
Yeah, it's like flip a coin on whose list you'll like more, probably.
Yeah,
unless I just go off the wall or something. You didn't take my number 1, which I was gonna be so mad if you did. For me personally, Mission Impossible Fallout.
Fallout, yeah, it's so good. So good.
I don't want you stealing that from me.
Fair enough. I'm going to go with my second pick, Mission Impossible Original.
Okay. Ooh. Do I go with the fan favorite or do I continue on what I like?
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, the fan favorite would be probably Top Gun Maverick.
Probably everybody's pick.
Probably everybody's first pick, not us. I'm going to go against the grain here and stick with what I enjoy the most. Mm-hmm. This is tough, like you say. It's just so many good movies. I'm going to go Minority Report.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Love that movie. And I'm not a big Steven Spielberg fan, but I love that movie. Also very timely for today. Especially with all those cameras going up around every city in America. Not getting into that. We're not a political podcast, but
I don't even want to think about that. I'm not going to take Top Gun probably at all because I just don't really care for that movie as much as anyone does. It's just not my
I love them both
thing. Well, The Last Samurai. Yeah. I thought I could try to make another one, but another round without it. But I was like, no, I'm not trying. I'm not testing it.
Do you know how much I've sacrificed? Okay. Yeah, that's tough because that was probably going to be my next pick. Let me still go crazy here. I'm going to go Tropic Thunder.
Oh, that's a good one. My fourth pick.
Nobody could have guessed our list going into this.
No, not a shot. I'm going to pick Collateral for 4.
Dang it. I was going to have that for 4 or 5. I was hoping you
There's one other one. Obviously, I only have one left, but there's one that I really want. If I get it. What you got?
I'm going to go... I'm going to go Top Gun Maverick, actually. I'm just going to cop out for that. And then hope you don't take my 5th one. I should have let that for last because you weren't going to take it. Never seen it. Never seen it. Me and Paul were just talking about that the other day. I've read 2 Kubrick books this year, and I really want to check it out. Yeah, I should have waited for Maverick for last because I knew you wouldn't take it, but you didn't take the one that I was thinking about. Well, I'm really flipping the coin between 2 here.
I mean, there's several I still want.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
For me, I guess, again, I'm going personal picks here. I'm going to take Edge of Tomorrow.
Ooh, that's good. That's all I did was personal. There's one other one that he's really not. He's in it, but he's not in The Outsiders, but he's really low. Not really a high tier guy in that one.
I was considering Rain Man also.
Yeah.
One of my personal favorites of Tom Cruise that does not reviewed well, but I just love it for whatever reason, is Oblivion, the sci-fi film that he did.
Yeah.
Love that movie. And you talking about one that he like makes a small appearance in that you could take Austin Powers Goldmember in the opening scene.
Oh, wow.
I love that cameo by him. Yeah, okay. I mean, not mad at either list. It's definitely wacky.
Jerry Maguire was up there for me too, but I didn't really.
I had that on there as well.
Sacrificed.
Probably got to be one of the most famous movie quotes, I think. The "Show me the money."
Yeah, without a doubt.
Okay, interesting lists. You got A Few Good Men #1, Mission Impossible 1 #2, Last Samurai 3, Collateral 4, Eyes Wide Shut 5. I've got Mission Impossible Fallout, so we each got a Mission Impossible film. Minority Report, Tropic Thunder, Top Gun Maverick, Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
I think I will.
Great list, honestly.
I guess type of sci-fi, and I don't know. I should have just kept on the sci-fi route and picked Oblivion, gone against the grain.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that does it for our movie games. And now moving on to our recently watched films, which we're going to have a lot to go through. Do you want to start us off with what you've watched in the last couple months?
Yeah, I'm just going to go strictly on what I've seen in theaters. I'm not going to name. I have watched several movies at home, but I mean, they're movies that I've seen before. Nothing really new. So I'm just going to run through what I've seen in theaters. It's, I don't think 13, maybe 14. I'm not sure. And I'll do some of these. I'm just going to breeze through because, like I told you before we went on live, there's been a lot of not so great movies that I've seen that have been coming out. First one I saw, I'm just going in chronological order since our last pod. So the first one I saw would be Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, with Samara Weaving. And it's a follow-up sequel to Ready or Not, the original, where this girl, she gets married into this family, rich family. She goes over to their house for a dinner, and then they have to do some kind of like blood ritual where they hunt and try to kill her, and it gets crazy off the wall, like supernatural, weird. So this is the sequel to that, which is pretty much the same plot, except she's in it with her sister, who is Catherine Newton, who was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, played his daughter, Cassie. She's also in there's something else that she's kind of big, or is big, that she was in that I can't remember what it is. Doesn't matter. Elijah Wood is also in it. Sarah Michelle Gellar. David Cronenberg randomly has a little part in it.
Wildcats.
It's a fun popcorn like action movie. I gave it a 63 out of 100. I think it's sitting at a 6.5. It is what it is. Moving on, next movie I saw after that would be Project Hail Mary. You guys talked ad nauseum about that, I think, so I'm not going to get onto that. I gave it a 75.
We didn't because I hadn't seen it before last week.
Oh, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll still go through it. But personally, I tried to read the book before the movie, and it was extremely just not for me, boring. I put it back. I just no. The movie was good. It was 75 out of 100. I'm sure it's higher in a lot of other people's mind.
Movie of the year for some
visually
people.
Yeah, right. So far, sure. I mean, that's definitely going to change regardless. But sitting at 8.2, I think that's, I don't know, whatever. Everybody has their own. But visually, the movie was out insane.
Yeah, especially
towards
in the one
end.
Scene. Yeah, there's a single scene where it just goes all out.
That scene's probably 8.2 for sure. Overall, though, I don't know. I love Ryan Gosling, so it's kind of hard for me to not love a movie he's in. But 75 out of 100, I think that's pretty decent. 8.2 if you look on IMDb. I'm not gonna. I mean, people know what this movie is, so I'm not really gonna go into detail. Unless you want to, we could talk about it real quick since you've seen it too now.
Yeah. It is on my list as well, of my recently watched, and most of mine, I've only gotten to see 2 movies in theaters, as I talked about earlier in the podcast, since early April. Yeah, I watched it. It was actually MGM Plus is what it was on, so I got a week free trial to watch it on there. I could only imagine seeing it on the big screen. I actually am kind of in the middle of writing a review on it right now, because there's a lot in it that I like to talk about. I enjoyed it as it seems like kind of an homage in general as a film for like sci-fi to me, because it has like some 2001 Space Odyssey stuff going on, but really 2 more recent films is like Interstellar is one that I think it is similar to, probably up there with that as like a sci-fi film that has like the most heart to it. And also Arrival, with the way that they're kind of approaching the language plot point with Rocky, I'll say.
Okay.
I just reminded me of some other sci-fi stuff, although Arrival is kind of a soft sci-fi, I guess, just because it takes place on Earth the whole time. But Arrival is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Denis Villeneuve. Probably the best plot twist of all time as well. But
it's up there.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I expected more out of just like the colorful visuals. Again, it was that one scene to me that popped off, and aside from that, like I guess the climax of the escaping orbit had a lot of visual stuff going on, but I really liked it. Had like not as much of the grainy look as Interstellar, because Interstellar, I believe, was actually shot on film. for the majority of it or all of it.
Mhm.
But I found out the kind of gritty look that it had on film in Project Hail Mary. They filmed it on digital and they ran it through like a film processor and then put it back on digital. Was why it had
Oh,
that look to it. It's called like it's like the film out process or something like that. Um,
that's
but
cool.
yeah, I love the look of it. I like the way that the story unfolded. Kind of what am I trying to say? Not non-linearly type of way that it unfolded, and it made sense for the story with him at the beginning waking up from a coma. I don't want to go into too many spoilers or anything, but yeah, I enjoyed it a whole lot, really, just because it had a little bit of everything. But at the same time, I think that's almost like what was working against it for me is a lot of
Mhm.
tonal shifts because it kind of goes from being goofy to again the stakes that are at hand is as big as it can get. But then it gets into like his personal backstory and history. It has a lot going on in the movie, and I could find it to be like a little jarring at times to go from one thing to another.
Yeah.
But just the I guess the humanity of it, and Ryan Gosling I thought did a fantastic job. I really like just the story of it all, and yeah, I really enjoyed it a whole lot. I'd probably say like an 86, I would say, out of 100 for me. I don't think it'll end up being like a top 3 movie of the year probably for me. I can almost guarantee that it won't, but I do
Right.
think that it deserves a lot of the praise that it's gotten. I wouldn't have it like above, again, like the other movies we talked about, like an Interstellar, Arrival, even 2001.
Hmm.
But I did enjoy it a whole lot. Like it was just, I don't know, it has a little bit of something for everyone. I thought the comedy worked really, really well. A lot of physical comedy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that.
kind of my
Yeah.
review of it. I love the ending too. I mean, who would have expected something like
Yeah,
that?
the ending was funny and but good.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, that's kind of just my thoughts on it. I didn't get to give it before because like I had a ticket to go see it the day that my son was born. So wasn't expecting him to be born that day, so I had to cancel that ticket. So
Mm.
I was supposed to go with Paul, and he was going to go see it for the second time. But but yeah, I think I could definitely see it like end up being nominated for Best Picture by the end of the year, like visual effects and some of those departments. I think it'll definitely be nominated. But with even like Obsession, I enjoyed more from this year, and you have the Odyssey coming out soon, and Dune 3, and even like Werewolf. Like I don't think it'll end up being like in contention for Best Picture, but I could definitely see it getting nominated
Right.
myself. But
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously things can change. We don't know what will happen, but yeah, I think that's a pretty safe bet to say.
especially since now they're like making it to where they have to do like 10 movies to be nominated,
Yeah,
which
yeah, yeah.
whatever. But
That's a whole nother discussion. But
yeah,
um, all right. Well, I will move on to the next two or three. I'm just going to go through very quickly. The next one would be Normal, starring Bob Odenkirk. Um, Lena Headey is in it as well as Henry Winkler. Random, but it's if you've seen the Nobody movies, this is pretty much the same. Bob Odenkirk is a small town sheriff who is kind of like a substitute sheriff. He goes to different places that lost their sheriff for whatever reason and fills in until the new election. He gets transferred to this place in like Wisconsin, somewhere up north, real snowy, and the town's kind of weird. And come to find out that it's a front some for the Yakuza, which is just crazy. And so then the town tries to kill Bob Odenkirk, and so do the Yakuza, and it's just him fighting for his survival throughout the night. Kind of like Hot Fuzz in a way. Kind
I
of got
love
those
Hot
vibes.
Fuzz. Yeah.
But not as good as Hot Fuzz by any means at all. But the same kind of plot there in a way. I gave it a. I hated to do this with Bob Odenkirk in it, but I gave it a 59 out of 100. It just, besides some of the cool action, most of it was pretty not great. Just felt really low budget. I don't know. I don't know why he did this movie, but the Nobody movies are not great, but they're way better than this was normal. It's really short, so that's a positive. I don't think it's streaming anywhere, so don't waste your time trying to watch that. I'm just going to skip ahead unless you got anything you want to ask or add.
No, nothing really.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Next one would be Mortal Kombat 2. I was really kind of excited for this movie, and while I did like it, I didn't love it. The Johnny Cage casting was not great. Carl Urban, love that guy, but it just didn't fit. It just didn't vibe at all. The action scenes were cool throughout the whole movie. I think the action was better than the first movie. We got away from that created character they made for the first movie that wasn't in any of the games, thank goodness.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. Continue going on. I'm going to take a very fast bathroom break, and I'll be right back. Sorry.
Yep. I'll keep going. You're good. I think I gave this a 65 out of 100. I think that's pretty on par with what IMDb is saying. I wouldn't go out of your way to see this unless you're just a Mortal Kombat fan. That's kind of all there is to say about that. Pretty good cast. Carl Urban, and they got some pretty good martial artists. Louis Tan, who plays that created character, Cole Young, which was hated on heavily in the first movie. He's kind of a smaller part this time, thank goodness. This isn't streaming yet because it just came out in May. It probably won't be long though, I would assume.
Sorry, what was it? I'm back.
The score.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Are you asking what the score was, or are you just asking something?
I was asking about the film that you watch.
Oh, Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, you're still in Mortal Kombat. Okay, I was making sure.
I was just giving the score. That was it.
Okay.
65. I think that's kind of on par with what. It was better than the first one, but Carl Urban as Johnny Cage was just not the right move. I don't know who would have been the right move, but that wasn't the right move. Move on to the next one. In the Gray, Guy Ritchie with Henry Cavill and Jake Gyllenhaal. One of my favorites, if not my favorite.
I must say that's a great triad right there.
Yeah, I mean it's insane. You would think. I mean it had a good. I mean it was those two. Rosamund Pike was in it, and
seeing Isa Gonzalez.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in much, but she was good in this.
Or Isa, I don't remember how you pronounce it.
Baby Driver.
Oh yeah,
she was in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, those three, four. Covert team of elite operatives, which is Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill. They kind of work for the girl as like, I guess more or less her bodyguards is basically what it is. And they have a team, and it's pretty much like any movie that Guy Ritchie's made in the last couple of years outside of The Covenant.
He's definitely getting all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But
ever since Aladdin, he's just hard to guess.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened to that poor guy. And I mean, some of the movies have been good. I'm not saying they haven't. This movie was all right. I was honestly disappointed with who was in it. I thought it was going to be better. I gave it a 66. I saw it at a 65. I was like, I got to give this one more point than Mortal Kombat. I can't have it tied with Mortal Kombat 2. I just can't. But it's not really that much better. It's really short. It's only like an hour and a half. It wasn't in theaters very long at all, so I wanted to see it. Cavill's had a little downslide here since Superman and I guess in Fallout too, I guess, but
had a great cameo.
Hopefully he can. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. I hope he can bounce back. Um, a cameo.
One of those.
Next on my list, this one's a movie I really enjoyed. Finally, we're getting to something I really enjoyed. Tuner, starring Leo
Oh
Woodle.
yeah, I remember you telling me about that. How much you enjoyed it.
So Leo Woodle, Dustin Hoffman. What's the girl's name? Let me see if I can find her. Ruthie, Havana Rose Liu. I hope I'm saying. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm saying that right.
Yeah, it
As
looks
his
like
love
Havana
interest.
Rose Liu. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Leo Woodall is the star. He is a piano tuner. He suffers from hyperacusis, uh, which is like he's really like sensitive to sound. Like
Yeah.
he has to wear like earbuds in his ears at all times. Um, anyway, he did play the piano before he like had that condition. Apparently, was really good at it when he was a kid. His dad has passed away. Dustin Hoffman is his like uncle, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, and they're piano tuners. One night, Dustin Hoffman has like an accident. He's like in the hospital, so he goes. Leo Waddell's character goes out to do a tuning for a thing by himself for piano. And turns out the guys that were running security there were actually breaking into the safe of the place they were installing security for. He like walks in on that, and they're like, "You better get out of here." Blah 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 blah. You've seen too much. And then he's like, "I can actually open that safe and get y'all out of here so I can finish my job up because you're making too much noise." Turns out
Cool.
yeah. Turns out he can actually like crack safes really well with his hearing. Kind of just snowballs from there. He kind of gets involved with them, and then he needs money, so he keeps working with them, and then it kind of turns into an issue. Won't get into it all because
That's a pretty wild premise
don't want
for
to
a
give it away.
movie, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's
It's very
cool.
interesting. That's why I wanted to see it. Something a little different. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. It's probably, if not for the last movie on this list, it might be my favorite this year, or tied with the last movie that I'm going to talk about. I really enjoyed it. I gave it an 82 out of 100. I think it's
Awesome.
definitely worth seeing. It's not super long. Probably won't be streaming for a while. I don't know where it will stream at. I don't know who made the movie, but his girlfriend that he starts seeing, which is Havana Rose, she does an excellent job. She is in a musical school, and she's trying to get an apprenticeship with a guy, and it kind of her life like connects to his criminal activity in a very crazy way towards the end, which really turns the story in a different way. And the ending is a lot different. There's cryptocurrency involved in this, which is hilarious to me. Briefly, and then I really love this movie. Whenever it's available to rent or stream and watch, I would highly recommend everyone watching this. Like I said, it might be my favorite. It's between that and something else. I can't really decide so far. I'm sure that will obviously change with what we've talked about is coming out. But Tuner, I also got a cool free bobblehead for being at the fan event.
That's cool.
Which is something I've never seen a movie do in a long time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, bobbleheads.
Yeah,
rare.
any kind of product for free for seeing the movie is pretty much not happening
Usually it's
anymore.
just like small posters, like
a poster. Yeah, right.
Like Rise of the Beast.
Oh, don't forget that, baby.
Anyways,
love that movie and Tuner. Next movie up, Mandalorian and Grogu. I mean, it was fun. That's kind of all I can say on it. It was fun. The plot made no sense. What happened made no sense. He helped out somebody who was like a giant criminal, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, he betrayed us. We didn't see this coming," even though it's like the biggest criminal in the galaxy. Whatever, Star Wars, whatever. I'm not even getting into that. I gave it a 66 out of 100 because it was fun. Like the action scenes were cool. Jeremy Allen White's character, I don't know if they just gave him a bag and he phoned it in, but his voice acting in this was probably the worst voice acting I've ever heard in my life. Like, and I don't mean it. I don't think it's his fault. You just have to watch the movie. I don't know. It was just so awful. It didn't fit the character he was playing. Like, it was just like he was reading from a piece of paper, and then they just put it in there and like, yeah, that should work. I don't know. It was brutal. That part was so brutal.
As weird as that sounds, that reminds me I still have to watch the new and last season of The Bear. Now that you said that.
Yep. Yeah. My wife's actually watching that right now. But yeah, Mando Grogu 60. It's for Star Wars. It's better than stuff they put out in recent memory, I guess. But this movie came out way too late. Like, this movie should have came out like 3 years ago, probably, when it was like in the massive hype or whenever that was.
Yeah.
But I know it's hard to can't just throw a movie out there. I'll just move on from that. Next, have you seen that? No. Yeah. Okay. Next one. This is like the new scary movie. It was not great. No. The opening with Tiana Taylor. She was like she did like the classic scary movie opening. Awful. One of the worst openings. Probably the worst opening that scary movies ever had. It just made, not because of her. Like, it was terrible. Like, nobody laughed. Like, it was full, and I don't think anyone laughed a single second and during that whole intro. It just wasn't funny at all. It was awful. The movie overall, I mean, she looked amazing, of course. Yeah, but I won't say any more about that, but she looked good. And yeah, it was better than I think the last couple of scary movies, but
it's not saying a whole lot either.
It's not. It's really not. It's definitely not on par with the first few that were really good, really funny. I mean, they did say before that they were like not going to pull any punches with any demographic or anything like that, and they didn't. I mean, everybody got made fun of equally, for sure. They kind of lean into a lot of stuff a little too much. It's just like, okay, it was funny, but now it's kind of not.
Too long a burning joke.
Yeah, a lot of the like pronoun gender jokes that were like funny, and then they just kept doing it. I was like, all right, well, it's not as funny anymore.
Yeah.
Now that you've beaten us over the head with it. Yeah, like, come on now. 55 out of 100. I mean, I would not recommend anyone watching that movie. Honestly, don't waste your time. So that's all. I'm moving on from that. That was no. Next one up, Pressure. Movie I was really excited for. I did like it. Andrew Scott, love him.
Yeah, and Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser as Dwight D. Eisenhower.
As crazy as it sounds, I didn't know anything about the movie until I saw Obsession the other day, and for whatever reason, they had a trailer for it before the movie, and then at the end, it was like premiering in theaters May 26th. I'm like, what? Why
That's June.
Yeah, this movie's probably out of theaters by now. What's going on? Yeah, the weatherman.
Pretty good. I mean, Andrew Scott. Excuse me, Andrew Scott. Love him. One of my favorite character actors, but now he's lead, I guess. I can't really say that. Brendan Fraser, as you said, Kerry Condon, Damian Lewis, big name.
Big name, yeah.
He's been in, Band of Brothers, of course. And
famous for... No, am I getting him mixed up with Homeland?
No, he was in... Yeah, he was in Homeland.
Okay, yeah. That's where I feel like he got his big start at. He was in the main star of the Billion show.
Yeah, well, he's in Band of Brothers, too. He was the...
Yeah, Band of Brothers.
He was
I didn't think about that. Yeah,
and then he's got a decent sized role in Pressure, but he plays Bernard Montgomery. But anyways, yeah, Andrew Scott is James Stagg. This is based on a true story. In the tense 72 hours before D-Day, General Eisenhower and Captain James Stagg face an impossible choice: launch the most dangerous seaborne invasion in history, or risk losing the war altogether. Pretty crazy. I mean, I can't really spoil it. This has already happened, like 70, 80, 90 years ago. So Not really spoiling anything by telling anybody this, but James Stagg is a meteorologist basically who Eisenhower like wants him to say like, hey, is the weather going to be good enough for us to launch D-Day? And he comes to him and says, no, there's going to be a giant storm. And they're like, yeah, well, we still got to do it anyway. So just tell us it's clear so we can just do it. And he's like, I can't tell you that's not true. Basic premise of it. And then ends up at the very all through this back and forth and everybody's getting mad. And Eisenhower eventually listens to Andrew Scott's character and they don't launch D-Day when they initially wanted to, which was that Monday morning. And it's sunny and he looks like an idiot, like he was wrong. And then it starts to storm and then like, okay, clearly he was right. But then he starts to work throughout the night and finds that there's going to be a gap in the storms for like 12 hours or something. So that's when they actually launch D-Day. Everybody knows the rest of that story. And did see something cool. It was at the end of the movie after the credits, said that when JFK was sworn in, he asked Eisenhower how he won the war, and he said we had better meteorologists than the Germans.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Imagine that kind of compliment. Crazy.
Very specific compliment, too.
Yes, very. Like you specifically speaking about a certain person and a few other. It was a full team, but
yeah.
I really enjoyed this movie. I'm going to see another World War II movie this week. It's not going to be anywhere near as good as this one. I don't know. This probably is available to rent, but it's probably like $20. So I don't know if I'd do that. But I gave it a 71 out of 100. Looks like it's sitting at a 70 or a 7.3 on IMDb. That's probably pretty fair. Another really short movie. Very well acted, as you can imagine from who was in it. There's a few other guys in this that I'd seen in some stuff. But overall, I mean, Andrew Scott, love that guy. Brendan Fraser's, love his comeback, which is in full force now. But
yeah,
man, yeah, I gave that a 71. Have you seen Disclosure Day?
No, that's one of the ones I want to check out. Yeah.
I'm not going to go into that one too much. I liked it. I wish there would have been more extraterrestrial type stuff going on. But the ending, the last like 10 minutes of that movie is really intense, like pretty crazy. I gave it a 70. I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, those guys a great cast for it.
Yeah, the cast is absurd. Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor as the leads, which is just
two great ones.
Yeah, the two great ones. Then you got underneath them, you got Colin Firth, Coleman Domingo, Wyatt Russell, Eve Hewson. There's a lot of character actors as well that I just had seen in several different things.
Yeah, those are all top tier actors right there.
Yeah, I mean, just Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Colin Firth, and Coleman Domingo alone, like, and then of course Wyatt Russell, like that's crazy.
Yeah, I enjoyed.
Of course, Spielberg as well.
Coleman Domingo, like in the last few years, I think since I saw Sing Sing, really, which is a great film by the way, but anything he's in, I have just enjoyed him so much. Like Running Man last year, I thought he was probably like the best part of that movie.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's definitely fair.
I'll take him in everything pretty much. Like if you say Coleman Domingo's in it, I'm like, okay,
I like him in Euphoria.
See, I haven't seen Euphoria. I know he's in that. I haven't seen Michael.
I've only seen parts of it.
I know he's in that. But
the ending to Euphoria with him is really cool. I just happened to be watching it because my wife was watching it, but
yeah,
his ending, what he did in the finale, last few episodes, awesome.
Yeah, my girlfriend's a big fan. But yeah, I just he's one of my favorite actors of the last few years, I'd say.
Kind of came out of nowhere in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done a lot of voice acting, of course. Great voice for it. He was a Unicron's voice in Rise of the Beast.
What?
That right now. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy? I wouldn't have known that, obviously.
I feel like he's been around for a good little while, but like
he's done a lot of podcast voice acting.
Yeah. feel like he's having his day in the sun right now, and I think he's very deserving of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
He was in a Sabrina Carpenter music video.
Of course he was.
Just thought you should know that.
Of course he
Saw
was.
it, so I figured you should see it too or hear about it. Disclosure Day. It's got a 6.7 on IMDb. I gave it a 70. I think it was. I mean, it's Spielberg, so I mean, it is what it is when it comes to him. You're really not going to be disappointed most of the time, I wouldn't think.
I feel like all his movies are good. It's just like, I don't know. Has he made a movie as good as Jaws since Jaws? I don't really. I mean, I love, like I said before, like Minority Report's probably one of my favorites of his. Well, I mean, Schindler's List, I forgot about that. That is a incredible film. That's just like one of those you won't watch again, though. I'm not the biggest fan of E.T. I guess now that I'm looking here, Saving Private Ryan, maybe I'm giving him too hard of a time. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that over Jaws.
Yeah. I guess he's just kind of like a little hit or miss for me, I guess. And I'm not.
Well, I think he just kind of cooled off a lot.
But even like I say, like E.T. I like. I mean, the first Jurassic Park's great. I'm looking through here. Hook's really good. The Indiana Jones franchise, of course. Yeah, maybe I don't know why I'm being so harsh on him. Yeah, he deserves his flowers for sure.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we're not going to argue that, of course.
I guess like what you're saying is like in my lifetime of Spielberg, like
when we're old enough to like go to our own movies and stuff. Yeah.
War of the Worlds not that great. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull not that great. Adventures of Tintin's pretty good. War Horse is pretty good. Lincoln's really good. I like Bridge of Spies.
That's what I was saying.
Never seen BFG.
I haven't either.
The Post.
Ready Player One I like.
Okay, I do like Ready Player One a lot. Yeah, I guess. And Fableman's is great. Yeah, I guess it's just kind of like literally hit or miss for me in the movies he's made, and like since I've been going to the theaters. So,
right.
I guess I get that he's like the GOAT to many in Hollywood. He's like a favorite, but I guess when I think about him, I don't know, with directors in our again time, like a Christopher Nolan or Denis Villeneuve or like a Tarantino for me, like these are all people that I think have consistently made better.
They don't make the same kind of movies that he does. It's just I don't know how to explain it really.
I feel like his films are like the everyday man, like
casual blockbuster.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think there are definitely better directors, or even like in his time and going back into film history, like directors that I enjoy more, and I think they've done just as much for cinema as he has. But I don't know. Like, so maybe I'm just a bit of a hater, but it's just like some of his films I really like, and other ones I'm just like, is this your guy? Is this your GOAT or your champion? Like,
yeah, is this yours?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not
Again,
mine.
I feel like Nolan, like by himself, like probably blows him out of the water for me. Like, it's not even comparable.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, he has done some insanely big films, so it's hard to say. Like, really thinking back about Jurassic Park and
money-wise, he blows everyone out of the waters, of course.
Yeah, and blockbusters. Yeah, like you're saying, blockbusters. Yeah, and has like just I don't know, films throughout history that are iconic. But I don't know, just maybe not my biggest cup of tea. That's all I could say. But anyways,
absolutely understandable. I'll just get past. It's a cool sci-fi extraterrestrial type movie. I wish there'd been more. Emily Blunt blows it out of the water. I think she does by far the best part of this movie.
Always does a great job, I think.
She's just not. I love Josh O'Connor, especially in Wake Up Dead Man, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And he was great in Challengers.
If I could go back,
I really took notice of him.
If I could go back to last year's top 10 list, and that movie would be on there somewhere up high. Just based because I rewatched it again with him, or we watched the movie, and man, his performance was great.
That was good. I thought it was better than the second for me.
I do too. Absolutely agree.
I don't know if Ryan Johnson will ever top the first, but
yeah, the first one's just, I mean,
the cast,
my
the
God,
set,
the cast
everything.
alone and the ending, the way it ended.
Yeah, the story was the best.
So, okay, yeah, Disclosure Day, 70 out of 100. Worth seeing still in theaters, of course. It will be for a while, I'm sure, with it being Spielberg. Yeah, definitely go see that. It is kind of long, 2.5, maybe more like 2:15. It's not really many parts where you're like, oh man, I really wish this would hurry up, though. So that's a positive.
Yeah. Keeps your attention.
Next up is Backrooms. I didn't rate Backrooms because I hate rating horror movies. I just don't know how to do it. I don't know what. Did it scare me? Yeah, there's some parts in there where I was like, I didn't like. Very uncomfortable feeling in that movie. The beginning of it is just alone is too much. I'm just like, golly. And funny enough, my 10-year-old daughter was like, "Can we go see it? Can we go see it?" And I was like, I don't know. Let me check it out or read about it. And there's no way I would take her to see this movie. And you should not take any children to this movie. Like, it's not the Backrooms videos. Yeah, correct. Which Sin City, along with a lot of other movies I shouldn't have watched when I was a kid, but I got away with it because they didn't know, of course. But that was just early, information for me, training for the podcast. But anyways, Backrooms. I didn't rate it, but I really did enjoy it more than I thought I would. I don't know much about the lore. Or actually, not much. I don't know anything about the lore of Backrooms. So I can't really dive deep into that. It was between that and Obsession. I picked this just because I was like, well, on the off chance that it isn't too bad, maybe I can take her to see it. But, no, that's not going to happen, of course. But in hindsight, I wish I would have picked Obsession over that, because I really, not that this movie doesn't seem like it was good. It was scary. The ending is crazy. That's kind of it. I don't know much about the lore, so I can't go into like. I know there's like usually like an entity is the bad guy, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And the way they pulled it off in this one was pretty freaky. I was very confused at times. I had to look up some stuff to see what they were talking about, but look up after the movie. I don't pull my phone out during the movie. I'm not one of those people. I do recommend going to see it, though.
Yeah, I would still love to go. So, like I said, if there was one movie in theaters right now, I could go check out. It'd probably be that.
What does it have? 7.1. That's probably fair. I probably would have gave it like a 7.70, I guess. The guy, I'm not even gonna try to say his name. The lead. Yeah. I'm not even gonna try it because I'll butcher it. Plays Clark. Man, the opening to this movie is, I didn't like it. And I don't mean I didn't like it as in it wasn't good. I just didn't like it because I didn't like the way it made me feel. So.
Yeah, as people might know by now, we're not the biggest. We can't stomach horror that well. Despite us both loving Widow's Babe, but
you're right. Weapons, man, just oh my goodness. Get into that. And he's making the new Resident Evil, and I was like, oh my god, I don't think I can go see this movie if he's making it.
I think it's probably that our nerves get so shot that it's like, it's a great movie, but man, like I can't wait for this to be over with so I can take a breath.
Yeah, please, please. But yeah, okay, yeah. Backrooms. It's got a 70 out of 100. That's probably fair. It's still playing, so go see it if you can.
Yeah.
If you're into horror or anything like that, yeah, definitely.
And like we said before, supporting some indie type films. Yeah. So I guess indie filmmaker. I don't know if A24 is really an indie.
Yeah, you can't call them that anymore.
Especially when they're doing those deals, anyways. But
got two more left. Second to last is Toy Story 5. Went with the family to see that. Pretty good. I gave it a 74 out of 100. It was better than 4. I liked it better than 3 as well. 3 was too dark. I don't know. 3 was very dark for a Toy Story movie.
Yeah.
So I think I'd rank it as the third best behind 1 and 2. Um, the story it told was brilliant about technology and screen time taking over kids' lives and taking them away from playing. It was very sad at times, very emotional for parents, I'm sure, myself included. I'm actually one of the lucky parents whose kids still will play without a screen, so I'm very thankful for that. Some people aren't as lucky, but that is what it is. That you'll find out soon enough how quickly time will go by. So just leave it at that. Don't want to get too emotional here, but Toy Story 5 was fun, emotional. Not a lot of classic characters in it, which I get. I do understand. I mean, not a lot of Woody, not a lot of Buzz. Mostly focused on Jessie and Bullseye. Kind of gave her like her backstory, I guess, in a way, an origin story for Jessie, which was cool. A lot of new characters added in. Conan O'Brien, I think, is the voice of one of the main characters, the new characters, which was funny. It was like a toilet training electronic thing. I don't know. It was funny. He did a good job. Really enjoyed the movie. Family liked it. Theater was packed. It was a Saturday at 10 a.m. I think, and it was one of the bigger theaters, and it was pretty full. As we talked about earlier, how much money it's making. So
yeah, insane amount.
74 out of 100. Definitely go see it. You'll probably have plenty of time to go see it. It'll probably still be playing in the middle of July, if not longer. And then last movie on my list here that I've seen, The Death of Robin Hood.
Oh, I definitely want to check that out too.
The score I have for it is 86 out of 100 currently.
Oh, well, hey, real quick side note here as Key beeps in. She's watching Sheep Detectives right now with Hugh Jackman, which I've heard great stuff about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have
that's streaming now, right?
Yeah, what's it streaming on, babe?
I think it's on Amazon.
It's Prime.
Yeah. Nice.
There you go. So we have somebody watching a film in the other room. We're cinematic.
I love
household.
it.
Do what?
Currently listed as number 1 in the U.S.
Currently listed as number 1 in the U.S. She said on the
Amazon
Prime list.
I don't doubt that.
Thank you for the input, babe.
Yeah, that's good.
This is a cinematic household.
Death of Robin Hood, 86 out of 100. Man, this movie. Went and saw this on Father's Day. First of all, the first act of this movie has some of the most brutal stuff, like physically brutal kills and just fights. I mean, the beginning of the movie itself is awesome. I don't want to give it away because it's honestly really cool the way they did it. But if you've seen the trailer, you know that he's Robin Hood, Hugh Jackman. But
yeah, no, it's
a different it's like a retelling of who Robin Hood really was, where he's telling the story in a way like, hey, I wasn't a good guy. Like, I did rob people and kill people, but I didn't give the money back.
Isn't he like at a monastery or something and telling the nun
That's
story?
How it kind of, in a way, well, no.
Okay.
I don't want to give it away because that's kind of important. Okay. He does go to a monastery, yes.
Yeah, I knew that's like a young girl that he's like starts to become attached to.
The first act is him in old age, not old, like he's still, I guess really just however old Hugh Jackman is currently. That's kind of the age that they're portraying him as. And he goes and helps Little John from the stories to
not me thinking about the rapper for a second.
Yeah, imagine. That would be funny. A24, you never know. They could do something like that. So he goes to help him get his family back, Little John's family back, not the rapper. And so he suffers an injury during that whole act, and then that's when he gets taken to the monastery. And then the second act, the second half of the movie, he's at the monastery. He doesn't really tell his story not to the people at the monastery, anyways. But he does give out chunks here and there about how, like, people. He's had multiple people ask him, like, are they all true? And he's like, no. It's like basically he's a piece of crap. Like, he just killed and robbed and never gave it to the poor. He kept it for himself. He's like, all those stories are just stories. There's a really big emphasis on how easy it is for a story to be told and then it to grow legs and then become something more
Like
than a
folklore.
story.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's really focuses on that, how easily, especially I guess in those times, obviously no social media or any of that, but how easy it is to start a story and like, and make it true no matter what. He's like, most of the stories that you heard aren't even like about how like good he was in battle. Like, it wasn't even true. Like, he's like, I just killed sometimes just for the joy of it. Like, talks about that, and
Pretty brutal.
it's
I feel like I mean, it's just because it has Hugh Jackman, but it seems like it has a bit of like a Logan-esque vibe, I guess. To it.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he probably looked at the script and saw that, and I feel like that definitely had to happen. It has those vibes. Bill Skarsgård plays Little John.
Oh wow!
You can't really,
I didn't realize
can't
that,
really
but
tell it's him. You can't tell it's him.
You never can. But
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, I don't know when he ever has
escapes
played.
into like every role he's ever done.
Also, this is just off random, but there's a guy listed in the cast. His title of the movie is First Kill at Farm. I love that.
Oh
I don't know why.
gosh.
It just cracks me up. That's his name.
Hey man, what role did you get to play? I'm the first kill at farm.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least I'll know when to look out for you.
Yeah, I don't know when you're there. Yeah, I don't know. Just looking at
That's
that
fine.
made me laugh so hard. So Hugh Jackman obviously playing Robin Hood. Then you have Jodie Comer, who plays the monastery girl. Oh, not girl, woman. She was in The Last Duel. Great film. Great date night film.
Shut up.
If you ever watched-
Shut up. The accusation is false.
Oh man, that movie is. I don't even want to. I don't want to get on a tangent on that movie. So let's get back to Death
That's
Row.
brutal in a whole
Yeah.
other way.
Yeah, in several different ways, really. She's been in some other stuff. She was in Free Guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot
She
about
played
that,
Rey's
yeah.
mother in Rise of Skywalker. That's random.
That's very random.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it is random to me. She, I'll just get off. It doesn't matter. But yeah, the movie, the first half, it shows like how brutal he can be. He's helping a friend, but he gets injured and goes to the monastery and is trying to just stay there, basically. Then a young girl comes along that you were talking about, who was, I don't want to give out too many details, but she comes to the monastery and they kind of form a bond. But then, of course, gotta have something go wrong. A bad guy, or quote, antagonist, comes to the monastery under the guise of being somebody that's sick and needs to be healed. So there's a little tension there. The ending is phenomenal. I think a lot of people will probably go into this and say they got bored, maybe, if they're expecting. What happened in the first half of the act there's not really a lot of action after the fact. But man, I want to see this movie. I don't think I'll be able to. I think it's probably already out of theaters. It didn't stay very long.
Yeah.
But I will buy this movie physically as soon as I'm able to. Speaking of since this is my last one, did you see what the PlayStation news?
Yes, about what
That is.
Yeah, where they took off like
buy
over
physical
100
media.
They took off
buy
over 100
physical
digital titles that people had even purchased through the PlayStation Store for movies. We're not talking about video games, but
No,
movies and shows through the PlayStation Store because of a licensing agreement. I think that they didn't want to continue a licensing agreement with certain studios or titles. So yeah, it got taken off. That has happened before through other platforms as well. I don't want to say Prime is one of them, but I feel like it might be. I know there's a lot of ways to like purchase digital media that has happened before, maybe not to this extent and all at once.
Right. It says 550 digital movies.
Golly. Yeah, I knew it was over 100. I didn't realize 550. That's a lot.
Yeah. Says here, go ahead.
I was going to say your point about buy physical media. I mean, that's the main point to take home here is that don't purchase stuff digitally. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, don't buy. I mean, you can buy a physical and you get a digital one with it. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll have like a code or something too for it. But yeah, physical media is always going to be where it's at unless you're trying to get the new Grand Theft Auto, and then I guess you don't have a choice. But
yeah, well, yeah. I don't know how true this is. This is just somebody talking on here, but they said in 2025, Sony profited $7 billion in digital purchases. That are movie purchases. Yeah, I don't know if that means. Obviously, not all that's going to be the movies that were removed, but still,
550 chances are some of them.
Probably a lot. That's crazy. Buy physical media, folks. At any chance.
How are they going to make $7 billion off of that and then not pay to continue the licensing for once people purchase? I don't know. Now,
again, who knows if that number's true? It's not from an official somebody.
I did see they said it was in the hundreds, but dang, that's crazy.
That's insanity.
Physical media.
Death and Robin Hood, 86 out of 100.
Nice.
Either that or Tuner is my favorite movie of the year right now. I can't really decide because they're two just totally different movies.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in Death and Robin Hood that is so gruesome. I just was like, it made me shiver. I was like, oh gosh, I didn't like it at all. Very brutal.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that one out for sure.
But that's all for me. Let's move on to you.
Okay. So I guess kind of like our random recommendations, you did TV shows, I did movies. Only two of these again are movies I've gotten to see in theaters because I haven't really had the opportunity to get out to the theater with a newborn. But I do have a lot on my list, and I have a few TV shows I wanted to name too. But I'm gonna go. I've listed them out from least favorite to favorite. Okay. I do have scores for each and just a brief thing on each one. I'll go ahead and say my least favorite to my second least favorite is a pretty good jump. It's a pretty far gap here. So my least favorite film that I saw was Him, which was the Marlon Wayans, Tyreek Withers. It's a sports horror film, which from I guess that being the inspiration, it could have been like something better. Tyreek Withers is like a young athlete about to enter the NFL Combine. Marlon Wayans is like the main quarterback in the NFL. He's like mentoring him before he becomes like an NFL quarterback, showing him the ropes, I guess to say. Leans heavy into body horror. It is terrible. I mean, outright terrible. The only reason that this isn't, I didn't give it, I mean, because I don't know how it works with IMDb. It only goes down to 1. They won't let you give a movie a 0.
Right.
The only reason this wouldn't be like a 0 for me and my scoring, but on IMDb, the only reason I didn't give it a 1 and I gave it a 2 is the lighting within the film. Like in some scenes is like so crazy good. I guess it's like a little bit oversaturated, but there are some scenes of the lighting that I'm like, the way that they just lit this scene is like really eye popping, catching. That is the only reason that it's not like
that's fair. That's fair.
Not a 1 on IMDb for me. I gave it a 2 on IMDb. Again, like I don't really know how to, if I'm basing off my IMDb rating, I give it a flat 20 out of 100, but really probably more like a 10. Like I'm gonna go ahead and say 10 out of my scoring. a 10 out of 100. It was terrible. It was really, really bad. The ending of it was like so over the top gruesome and just hard to watch, terrible. The kind of the main cult that gets brought up at the end, who are all wearing masks, it was very reminiscent of like Squid Game, with the American millionaires, billionaires that are attending Squid Game, and the voice acting was like just as bad. Like I could have put together a group of us and got out a better product of voice acting than was in that scene. It was a
That's
terrible
brutal. That's brutal.
ending. Terrible overall, in my opinion. I hate that I even watched it. Like a movie that just don't waste your time by any means. Argyle was the second film down there. Watched that actually in the hospital after my son was born. Goes a reclusive author who writes espionage novels about a secret agent and a global spy syndicate realizes that the plot of the new book she's writing starts to mirror real world events in real time. It's got Henry Cavill, got Bryce Dallas Howard, got Sam Rockwell, GOAT. Has Bryan Cranston, Catherine O'Hara.
I really like that movie.
Who sadly passed. Yeah, I liked it for what it was. The first half of it I was really enjoying, and I was like, why did this do so bad in theaters? Why is it rated so badly? I'll say that like the last act, they try to pull so many plot twists one after the other that it is exhausting on like just the amount of stuff that's revealed. It was like none of this is really elevating the movie. I liked it up until like really the first two acts I thought was really, really good and enjoyable. Sam Rockwell is always awesome.
Yes, legend.
But I was feeling like a mid-7 up until the last act, but I'll say the last act ruined it for me so bad that I'd probably give it like a 60 flat at best.
It got really convoluted towards the end.
Yeah, so badly that I was like, okay, guys, you did not have to do any of this. But yeah, I would say like about a 60 is what I would give it. Moving on to the next film, Labyrinth, classic, cult classic film, I would say. David Bowie, from, let me see when this came out actually, 1986. Teenage girl Sarah journeys through a maze to save her baby brother from the Goblin King, who's played by David Bowie. Jennifer Connelly is who the actress was. If I had to guess, it's probably her big breakout starting role. Interesting enough, directed by Jim Henson, who is the creator of the Muppets and did the voice and puppeteering for Kermit. Also did the Dark Crystal. I think if I remember right, it was like his first movie to direct or one of his first feature films. A lot of puppeteering going on in the film. Very out there. But I just wasn't the biggest fan of just in general some of the vibes. It actually had some Monty Python. I think one of the Monty Python, let me look at this. Terry Jones, who's a part of the Monty Python group, he wrote the Monty Python films. He helped write the film, the screenplay, and you could definitely see some of the Monty Python humor in there, which I'm a fan of Monty Python, but just wasn't the biggest fan of the movie. It was whimsical. Again, the puppeteering was good. Had some good like elements here and there. The song that David Bowie does, the power of voodoo, hoodoo, you do, like it's like a riddle sort of thing. Like that was probably the best scene to me. David Bowie was the best part, but just wasn't that big of a fan of it when I watched it. I'd give it a 65 out of 100. After that, more recent Sam Rockwell film, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, came out earlier this year.
About a crazy movie.
Wild movie. And a movie, too, that we're talking about the last act going bonkers. Like, the end of that movie goes
the
bonkers.
Last 20 minutes of that movie was
crazy.
The weirdest thing I've ever watched.
Yeah, it's out there for sure. I love the opening scene, which went on for a good while, like the
Yes.
first 20, 30 minutes of the movie, probably in the diner. But Sam Rockwell just getting to riff on monologues and kind of rag on some people.
Yeah, it was
and
awesome.
just, yeah, it was really funny. I enjoyed it pretty good, but it wasn't what I kind of hoped for, I guess. Had, again, some cool elements, but definitely gets out there in the last act, as
yeah.
if it wasn't already out there. I'd give it, I would say, I want to say like a 68 probably out of 100. Is about what I would give it. 60, 67, 68, somewhere in that ballpark. But yeah, Sam Rockwell's awesome, has a good cast. I felt like Zazie Beetz got underused in the film, and Michael Pena just weren't utilized to the best of their abilities, in my opinion. But it was fun overall, but definitely different, and has a lot to say about just social media or media addiction, or just phone addiction becomes a big part of it. But moving on to the next one I watched, this is one that I doubt you've probably heard of, but it has our boy in it. It's called Nimona, is the name of it. It's an animated film on Netflix, came out in 2023. The main voice actors, the two main voice actors, is Chloe Grace Moretz, plays the main actress Nimona, and then Riz Ahmed for Alistair Boldheart. A little bit all over the place with like some of the story elements, and it kind of like one of the main thing. Well, I'll go into the story of it real quick, give you the summary. When a knight in a futuristic medieval world is framed for a crime he didn't commit, the only one who can help him prove his innocence is Nimona, a mischievous teen who happens to be a shape-shifting creature he has been sworn to destroy. Pretty cool premise. Their partnership, chemistry within the film is really good. Some of the animation is a lot of fun. It's a little simpler of an animation, I guess I would say, but it gets colorful at times. Nimona's character is awesome. It's just kind of the, like, in a romance, like the will they, won't they, going back and forth sort of thing all the time. It has that aspect of it with them as a duo. Like, oh, I'm sworn to kill you, but actually you're, not what they say that you are, or what beasts or monsters are. But oh my gosh, you're a monster. But well, I don't know. It just kind of, that aspect of it is something I wasn't like. It just, I don't know. It could have moved on after the first time, but it kind of kept going back to that sort of dynamic. But I did enjoy it overall, especially for a film that I knew nothing about. I was kind of trying to turn on an animated film, even though my son was only a few weeks old at the time. I'm like, let me throw on something that's kid friendly. But it is a little, it's PG, but at times it does get a little darker with the themes, and even like the Nimona is wild. Like, she is a rebel for sure. But I'm
gonna check this out.
Yeah, I enjoyed it pretty good. 100%. And of course, Riz Ahmed, I mean, one of our favorites, personal favorites here on the podcast. But yeah, I'd give it, I'm going to say a 73 out of 100. Enjoyed it pretty good. Next up on the list, going back to, I guess kind of cult classic sort of film, is Starship Troopers, 1997. Never checked it out before. I was trying to go through some of my old watch list of movies that I've always been meaning to get around to watch. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, it's very cheesy and over the top, but it just kind of works for whatever reason. The plot of it, this is as quick of a summary, I think, as I've ever seen on IMDb. Humans in a fascist, militaristic future wage war with giant alien bugs. And that's really all you need to know.
That's pretty much it, yes.
I think my favorite part of the movie, as funny as it sounds, is all the little cutaways when they're like on the computer and watching like the news headlines, like in today's news, and they like just kind of update you on different things that are happening within the world. I enjoyed all that a lot. Yeah, it's just kind of fun of a movie. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It has some sci-fi elements, of course, but I don't know. I just enjoyed it. Like I said, just as a cheesy, over the top dialogue, love triangle stuff going on. It's just, I don't know. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I would give it
I love Starship Troopers.
Yeah, I really did. I'd give it a 75 out of 100. Yeah, it's something I would definitely watch again in the future. It's just, it has a lot going on in the movie, but yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I could see why it's got that cult classic sort of following to it. Next up is The Rock, Nicolas Cage, Sean Connery, Michael Bay film. I know Ed Harris is also in the film. He's kind of the quote unquote antagonist, or set up to be the antagonist for the film. Looking at it, John Spencer, David Morse, but a lot of fun of a movie. Didn't really have the highest expectations for it, I guess, being Michael Bay mostly.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Sean Connery is awesome in the movie.
Yes.
Just completely awesome. My only one critique is I wish they would have let him keep the long hair that he has in the beginning of the movie, because I thought that was cool. Yeah, the grunge hair, as they call it in the film. But Nicolas Cage was hilarious and great in it. Some awesome lines of dialogue. Yeah, I enjoyed it overall. Again, going back to what we talked about earlier, the car chase scene I thought was like needless and over the top explosions.
That's absolute Michael Bay to a T right there.
Yeah. The funniest part, though, to me of that whole thing was the guy that's doing the little trolley tours when they destroy his trolley, and he's getting so upset about it. Just a funny throwaway little scene or gag, but yeah, I enjoyed it a lot overall. As far as like it was kind of funny. One of the films I'm going to get into on this list was Escape from New York, and I watched that the night before, talking about that. And then watched The Rock the next day, and it was funny about like breaking into a certain facility, and you only have 24 hours to do so. Just that, I guess, as far as that goes, it was similar in that aspect, which is just kind of funny. There was a lot of stuff that really ends up mirroring, which I'll go into at the end of my list. But anyways, all that to say, a lot of fun of a movie. Love the very end of it too, the flares and the slow-mo and the dropping of bombs. Like, pretty crazy ending, but a lot of fun. Or even the very end of the film too, the little church in Arkansas or whatever. But yeah, I give it a 76 out of 100. So about the same on par with like Starship Troopers, I would say.
Right, I agree. Yep.
The next film, which this may shock people, and don't judge me, but Devil Wears Prada 2. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I watched the first one about 6 months ago or so with my girlfriend. I thought it was okay. My biggest complaint about the first film was that I wish they would just take out the romance storyline completely and just make it more about Anne Hathaway breaking into the fashion industry and the boss employee dynamic with her and Meryl Streep. Wish they would have focused on that more, and it's like they listened to me, because in the new one there is a romance plot line, but it's very minimal, and it focuses more on fashion. Stanley Tucci, I mean, come on, when we're talking about one of the best to do it. But yeah, just the cinematography of it. There was like, me and Paul talked about it afterwards, because we, him and Amanda, and me and Key saw it as a couple's film. Me and Paul talked about it afterwards. There's some camera work in this movie that, like, you didn't have to do that, but man, like, I appreciate.
But you liked it.
Like, yeah, it was like really insane on just how well it was directed. Anne Hathaway does a great job. Emily Blunt's in the movie again as well, brings back a lot of the same stuff, but it definitely, to me, it's not rated as highly, but I think it levels up everything from the first one. Like, if the first one never existed and this one existed on its own, I think people would honestly receive it better, in my opinion. But yeah, the plot, everything that goes on, it's really funny at times, like laugh out loud funny. It has a lot of heart to it. Yeah, I enjoyed it a heck of a lot, really. Maybe again going into stuff with low expectations at times. But I give it a 77 for me. Just barely above The Rock, as crazy as that sounds, but I enjoyed it a whole lot.
Let's check it out, I guess.
And sometimes chick flicks can just work on me. Like most of the time I just roll my eyes, but other times it's like, why is this working? And it makes it even better, in my opinion. Again, going back to low expectations. Don't want to explain it away too much, but I enjoyed it a lot. Next film on the list, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Hey.
Really great on the music. The animation in it is insane. The action of it, I just love like the premise of it, even with the demon hunters, and well, really the demons is like probably my favorite part. And all the animation and that. Some good comedy and humor in there. I could see why it was so widely beloved. The best song, it's been a couple months since I watched it, so I'm trying to remember, but I know that I think it was Golden was the one that got all the praise.
Was the one. Yeah.
But there was a different one in it that I can't remember right now that I was like, Golden was not the best out of that soundtrack, in my opinion. But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. The colorization of the film and everything, it was really good. I'd give it an 8 flat or an 80 flat. Yeah, I didn't think it was like one of the best animated films I've ever seen or deserving to be like so streamed, I guess, in that way, but I could see why it caught on like wildfire. Next film up is Casino. Again, it's funny when I'm listing these going rating. I'm just really rating
brutal.
them. Yeah, I'm rating them again based on their own merits. I'm not like comparing Devil Wears Prada 2 to The Rock or any of this stuff for K-pop Demon Hunters. But Casino, Scorsese film, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. I'm going back to like all-time beloved directors that just I'm not the biggest fan of. Like Martin Scorsese, I love him to death, and he has some incredible films that I love, such as like The Departed or Shutter Island, or love the I watched it again recently, it was Killers of the Flower Moon. But some stuff like Goodfellas, for instance, that's probably one of the highest rated films of all time, or most beloved, that I'm just kind of middle of the road about. Like I don't think it's as great as everybody else says, personal opinion. But Casino I enjoyed a lot. I think also too loving Las Vegas and that whole scene and just being in the casinos. Love Robert De Niro's character in the film. It's kind of like subverts your expectations because he's always known for being like the mobster guy, whereas in this he's like mobster affiliated, but he's really just a casino owner, and just loves running casinos and knows how to spot people that are trying to cheat within games and things like that. Joe Pesci is by far the antagonist of the film and does a great job at it, and their whole dynamic back and forth, I mean, probably one of the best Hollywood duos in history, I'd have to say, between them two. But yeah, like you said before, the kind of the last act or the second half of the movie gets pretty brutal. There's one torture scene that's tough to get through. But yeah, overall I enjoyed it a whole lot, especially for being such a long movie. It was one of the reasons I've never gotten around to it. It's been on my watch list for years and years. But I would give it an 82 out of 100 for me. Enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, just long, and I did prefer like the first half. I always like in the Scorsese movies, and maybe that's just the glorifying of like criminals, but I always like their rise more than the fall, because the fall is just always so depressing and everything's falling apart, and it's just like people aren't on that high. So that's probably the reason I like the first half more. But yeah, enjoyed it a whole lot. A film that I enjoyed a heck of a lot, and I don't know, it just works for me. It's cheesy again, but it works for me in every way. Is Escape from New York.
Hey, there we go.
I loved it so much. Kurt Russell is awesome in this film. I read during or after, you might even told me about it, that he lists about it in interviews that that's his favorite role that he's ever had before. Is Snake Plissken. Lee Van Cleef, historical awesome actor, also Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, is in it.
Great.
But yeah, I mean, in a dystopian 1997, a soldier turned bank robber is tasked with rescuing the U.S. president after he crashes into Manhattan, which has been turned into a giant maximum security prison. so cheesy. It's a John Carpenter film. I'm not the big Halloween guy, but like the music in this movie is so 80s and so awesome. All the set design is so 80s and so awesome. The lighting within the film is crazy good. The action within it, and just Snake Plissken as a character is like all-time movie character. Just I don't know, it worked in all the right ways for me. I don't think I'll watch Escape from Los Angeles because I've seen nothing but bad things about it.
No, definitely don't. Anyone listen to this, don't.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, for Escape from New York, I would give it an 83 out of 100. Enjoyed it, like I said, so much. It was a late night watch too for me. So I think that it was like a perfect one to play on the projector late at night. Just worked very well. But yeah, moving on to the next one. Tar is a film with Cate Blanchett. It's set in the international world of Western classical music. The film centers on Lydia Tarr, widely considered to be one of the greatest living composer-conductors and the very first female director of a major German orchestra. The way that reads, and this is like kind of what the film is sort of famous for, is it sounds like it's a true story, but all fictionalized. Not a real person, not a true story, but it feels that way throughout the film.
Right.
Cate Blanchett is pretty much the main star and the biggest star of the film. But yeah, it was really, really good. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I was on a little orchestra kick. I watched Amadeus that same weekend, which I'll get into. I thought she did a great job. The way the film was directed was great. It's kind of creepy at times. Like, it's definitely a psychological type film, grand in scale. But yeah, there's just a few moments here and there. I guess it's just like her internal state that as it's falling apart, she experiences some kind of weird things going on. I'll say nothing like paranormal per se, but she's kind of losing her grasp. But yeah, really great film. I would describe it as if you made Whiplash, but Fletcher was the main character. So J.K. Simmons, actor.
Yeah.
Or his role. So yeah, that's kind of the best way I know how to describe it, but really good throughout. It's a longer film. It's 2 hours and 38 minutes long. It was nominated for Best Picture. It was one that I always wanted to check out. It's kind of got ratings a little bit all over the place. It's a 7.4 with the people score, but it's a 93 critic score, and I'd fall like right in between and give it an 85 out of 100. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I thought it was really, really, really well made. The look of it, the sound of it, the scale, and also I said about her being like the big main actor. And another one that's in it, pops in and out, is Mark Strong. He does a great job in the movie as well. His character, but Cate Blanchett's just like a force to be reckoned with in the movie. Her, she's just so, I guess, intellectual in the film, and just kind of overshadows a lot of the people around her. But yeah, really good film, especially if you like classical music or music films in general. Really good. It's longer, like I said, but it's got a whole lot going on and very memorable to me. There's been times I just randomly think about different parts of that movie. Next film up, Project Hail Mary. We've already kind of gone into detail, or I've given my thoughts on it. And like I said, I'm doing a written review just to give my score on it. I would say 86 out of 100, like I said earlier. So just a notch above Tar. I highly recommend it. I still feel like I kind of fall somewhere in between some people, because I know people like you've said, like maybe in the sevens. Other people think it's like one of the best films they've ever seen and will be the best picture. I'm just like, not on either end, I guess. I think it's a really great movie, but I don't think it's in the nines or touching like a 10 out of 10, even close for me. But like I said, a lot of humanity is my favorite part of that movie for sure. A lot of emotions throughout, and a lot of good comedy, sometimes goofy, and sometimes just like one of the throwaway lines was, I put the knot in astronaut. Like just kind of a
that was fun. Yeah.
It's like if you told me that going into it, I'd roll my eyes, but when it happens in the movie and the scene that it's in, it's so good.
Yeah, it's not as bad.
But yeah, I give it an 86. A film that I have tried to watch 2 or 3 times before and fell asleep, Akira. Kind of the godfather of anime, I guess I would say, or everything that's come after it has kind of been inspired by Akira in some sort of way. But longer film. Oh, and actually, no, 2 hours and 4 minutes. I feel like I watched the longer cut. Maybe I didn't. But the number one thing in Akira for me is the visuals. Like, it's kind of jaw dropping, the animation of the film at different times. And because again, only watching like the first 20 minutes of it before, didn't realize how crazy it gets out there, especially in the final act, or like kind of what the movie gets to be about. But it's really, really good. I enjoyed it a whole lot. Again, the number one thing for me is you could almost just have the sound off and watch it with the visuals. And it's a 1988 film. Yeah, 1988. A secret military project endangers Neo Tokyo when it turns a teenage biker gang member into a rampaging psychic psychopath who can only be stopped by his best friend.
Gosh.
So yeah, it gets crazy. I know, like, Akira being such a classic film, people have Akira posters up on their walls. And again, I know that what it kind of did for anime, I think they say like that and Speed Racer are like the 2 films that like helped to popularize anime so much. But Akira is kind of like I guess the holy grail. It'd be sort of, to me, I guess I compare it to like a Citizen Kane for like American filmmaking, is kind of how Akira gets talked about within the anime genre. And just people trying to match it from there in the 90s, and anime becoming so popularized. But if you're into anime at all, I'd say it's a rite of passage to watch Akira, and it's really good. It has a lot of, like, again, crazy big scale even action stuff that goes on, but it's not like it's like a lot of anime now where it's just like really cool and badass. Like, it's sad and dystopian in a big sense. It's not a happy-go-lucky movie by any means, and it has a lot of deep themes in it. But yeah, I really enjoyed Akira a lot. I'm glad I finally got to watch it. I would give it an 88 out of 100.
Wow.
And tied with it for 88 out of 100 is a film that I've heard some about, but I didn't really know much about it going into it. Phenomenal film. Is called Virunga, or Virunga. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. But it was a documentary film on Netflix that I believe won for it was nominated for best documentary at the Oscars. It's about a team of brave individuals who risk their lives to protect the last mountain gorillas in the Congo.
Wow.
I believe it's in
I like the sound.
Yeah, I believe it's in the Eastern Congo, again on Netflix to check it out. It has a 81 people score and a 95 critic score, but it only has 5 critic ratings. But insanely good. I couldn't believe how great just like the cinematography in it was, not knowing anything about the Congo, like what it looks like it's so beautiful that it's unbelievable. But also, so it's like a said risk their lives to protect the last mountain gorillas. Like, yes, there's poachers is a thing, but the big thing of it is the Congo is going through a civil war at the time between the government and a rebel group, and it kind of falls flat in the middle of this area where the last mountain gorillas are at. So there's like war going on in the area. And also too, a big plot line is there's a corporation that I think ties back to a UK company that are trying to industrialize an area that's near it, and that will pollute the area and will end up killing the animals there. And it's like a group of people, not the people that work at the park, but other people like journalists are going undercover with mics on, like hidden mics, and wires, I guess I should say, that are trying to expose this corporation for what they're doing to the area and how they to the public, they're acting like they care about the environmentalism, but behind closed doors, they're just a bunch of stupid gorillas. We don't care if they go extinct, sort of thing. So they're catching that on film. But there's so much going on in this movie. There's one character, or I say character, one person. It's a documentary, who is the main guy listed, Andre Bauma, I think is how you pronounce it. But he's the main caretaker of the gorillas. Like, he's around them every day, and he raises all the gorillas and the ones that have can't fend for themselves. And dude, like, as the war's going on and everybody's leaving the town, is like, set up machine gun, I'm ready to die for these gorillas, like they're my family. Very, very touching film. As I'm about to tear up talking about it, but yeah, I highly recommend Virunga, Virunga. Fantastic documentary. I would give it right at probably a 9, honestly. 89 to a 90 out of 100. Like I said, fantastic. Also right there with it, Barry Lyndon, Stanley Kubrick film. I was again getting into Stanley Kubrick books, and I wanted to kind of complete his filmography. Barry Lyndon is about an Irish rogue who wins the heart of a rich widow and assumes her dead husband's aristocratic position in 18th century England. Ryan O'Neill's the main actor in it. Marissa Berenson is another actress in it, but one of the main things it's known for is it only uses natural lighting in the whole film, which other films since then have gone on to do, such as like a Revenant, which is famous for that. But that's even crazier in a way because it only uses outdoor lighting, like just the sun.
Right.
But Barry Lyndon's famous for using a lot of candlelight in the interior scenes. Is again, there's no false lighting within it. It's kind of a funny movie. He's just kind of on like an odyssey of trying to find his place in the world. A lot of stuff goes on in his life. But yeah, it ends with an awesome scene as well. Ending of it's crazy good. But yeah, overall, I'd give it about an 89 out of 100. So right there with Virunga. Getting into my last 5 films here. Obsession, which I recently watched on Friday. Going ahead and giving the score, I'd give it a 90 out of 100. I don't want to go into too much detail about it because I don't want to spoil anything for you really. But
right.
A tough watch, but crazy good in every single like film department way. There was a couple nitpicks I had, which was just like, people wouldn't react this way to certain things that are going on in the movie.
Right.
But like I said, really tough watch, but really good lore to it. A great premise. There's a whole lot of great like subtext within the film, and even callbacks to it feels like other horror films. A lot of the main theme is definitely codependency. But gets into other areas as well. Very just wild film when you watch it. One of the things I loved is he talked about he filmed some scenes like somebody was the good guy, but also somebody was the bad guy, or they are interested in them or they're not interested in them. And then he cuts it up with different shots, like of 1 second it seems like it's this way, but the other second it's another way. Kind of leaves you guessing. But talk about claustrophobic or just like anxiety inducing, very awkward a lot of the time. But like I said, fantastic film overall. Like, it really does deserve all the hype that it's getting and all the reviews that it's getting. Curry Barker being the breakout filmmaker for this. Yeah, insanely good, especially for, again, the budget that it had, not having any, not just like any A-list actors, but any known actors at all, really. Well, it has one.
Right. Well, it does have one. Yeah.
Andy Richter. But yeah, so it was really good. Enjoyed it a whole lot. I'd give it a 9 flat, like I said, or a 90 flat. Yeah, I highly recommend if you can stomach it, but I'm not a horror nut and I don't do well with being so anxiety inducing. So it's very intense. I'll go ahead and warn you, the last like 20 minutes of it is when it really goes off the walls. And man, like I was like sinking in my chair about to fall into the floor. Like especially the final scene. It's crazy. But two things I'll say about it, just to keep an eye out for, is the way that the title of the film, like in the beginning of a movie, there's no opening credits or anything, but just sometimes how they'll flash to like the title. It was kind of unique with the opening title, but the way that it transitions into the end credits is probably one of the best that I've ever seen before, if not the best. Like, just chills, jaw dropped, like stand up and start clapping for just that alone. I know that's a pretty unique thing to say, but crazy good. The acting in it was insane. I just can't go on and on about it enough. I think the main thing that stands out to me is the music and the sound design, and just a lot of the ambiguous nature of it that, again, let you fill in the gaps on some things or just think deeper on things. The session's great. Getting into some other films that are completely different. The French Connection with Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
And also Brody, I'm trying to remember from Jaws, Roy Schneider, or Scheider. Great film. They don't make them like that anymore. The car chase scene, I guess I talked about with The Rock, how it's completely needless. The car chase scene in this movie is one of the best car chase scenes in the history of cinema. No doubt about it. It's a car chasing with a train or a subway in the movie. Some of the most intense and best filmmaking I've seen. Gene Hackman is not a good person as a police detective in this.
No.
It's I guess I'll go into the synopsis real quick. A pair of NYPD detectives in the Narcotics Bureau stumble onto a heroin smuggling ring based in Marseille, but stopping them and capturing their leaders proves an elusive goal. It's got a 7.6 on IMDb and a 94 critic score. I lean more with the critics on this, especially, like I said, like, I really enjoyed it, but when it got to that chase scene, I was like, this is all time for me. So good.
Yeah.
Again, Gene Hackman is a very questionable character, but he's so obsessed with getting these people, really just because his butt's on the line with his like captains, and everybody's kind of making fun of him. That you don't really have anything here, but wild finale, so good. I'd give it about a 90, 91, 92 out of 100 for me. Again, that scene alone is like, puts it up there with like landmark cinema for me. Phantom Thread, Daniel Day-Lewis, Paul Thomas Anderson film. Daniel Day-Lewis is a costume designer, but a dress designer specifically. It says set in the 1950s London. Reynolds Woodcock is a renowned dressmaker whose fastidious, I don't even know what that word means, whose fastidious life is disrupted by a young, strong-willed Alma who becomes his muse and lover. Great opening of the film to set everything up with his character and kind of where the movie's headed in a way. Beautiful, weird, and dark at times, but I really loved it a whole lot. Paul Thomas Anderson's another director that I want to go through his filmography a lot more. Like, I've only seen part of Boogie Nights. I want to watch all of that. Punch Drunk Love is one that I've never seen before.
Really love that movie.
Yeah, so he's got some movies in his catalog that I haven't seen, that I want to check out more. But Daniel Day-Lewis, greatest to ever do it, no doubt about it.
Yeah, no debate.
Great, like, period piece, the set design within it, the story that unfolds, the character study of his character, so great. I just loved almost every minute of it, and the ending is hilarious in the weirdest way, and it's so good. But yeah, highly recommend. Very tense movie, and again, awkward with the romance of it. But I would give it about a 93 out of 100 is what I would give it. Love it. Like I said, if you can get into some serious stuffy type dramas, 2017 is 2 hours and 10 minutes long, so it's not terribly long, but really well made. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson and Daniel Day-Lewis, that's all you really have to say. Top two films, and you'll be proud of what my next film is if you can guess it.
Hey.
The Sting.
Hey, love that movie. Love it.
Robert Redford,
All-timer.
Paul Newman. You talk about
Literal all-timer.
two of the best to ever do it, playing opposite each other. Both their characters are amazing. The camera work in the film is incredible. Another film kind of like French Connection, where they just don't make them like this anymore. The ending of the movie is awesome. Absolutely awesome. One of the better movie endings I've seen. But it has an 8.2 on IMDb from the people, 83 critic score. I go much higher than that. I'd give it about a 9.5 for me, or 95. It's very short synopsis again, as two grifters team up to pull off the ultimate con. Fantastic film is all I really have to say about it, from start to finish. The train scene, awesome in the movie.
Train scene's my favorite part in the whole movie.
As far as just them being con man, like the con man is so overdone, like within film, but they're the best to do it, and it's so slick and it's so intelligent, and it's great. The costumes, the story,
the way he calls
everything.
him the wrong name, like every time he says his name, just to tick him off.
Really, the first like 20 minutes with a character's death that I don't want to spoil really.
Right.
That whole scene was just like took my breath away. Movie starts and just never stops. Like in the con of it, like it's tricking the audience as much as it's tricking the people within the story. Fantastic, really intelligent.
Pretty
film,
good swerve towards the end too.
Yeah, oh, that's what I said. The final scene is like a pulls the rug out from under you. Shocking, awesome ending. Like one of the better movie endings I feel like I've seen. So glad you recommended it so highly. Like I said, I'd give it.
I actually got to see that at the local Mighty game.
Oh, that is awesome!
A couple years ago, they played it
on the big screen. Yeah, Robert Redford and Paul Newman. Like Paul Newman's never. I mean, I haven't seen all his films, but that's one of the coolest characters and just guys on screen.
He's just He might be the coolest guy to ever live.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Him making Robert Redford makes him look less cool is insane to do, but that's just Paul Newman for you.
That's just
his character, the way he gets introduced, his character throughout the whole thing. Fantastic film. I'm so glad you recommended it on the last podcast, I believe.
I'm glad you watched it.
Yeah, me too.
Great film.
Number one film that I've watched in the last 2 months, as I get to the end of this long list, is Amadeus. Amadeus, I would give a high 9, and I debate on it being a 10. It's at least 97 at the lowest for me. In 18th century Vienna, court composer Antonio Salieri becomes awed and consumed by envy when the gifted, irreverent Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart bursts onto the imperial music scene. It's got F. Murray Abram, who plays Salieri. Tom Hulce plays Mozart. Jeffrey Jones is one of the more recognizable faces in it. He plays Emperor Joseph II. Milos Forman is the director of the film. He also directed One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest. And crazy enough, he directed the movie Man on the Moon, the Jim Carrey movie about Andy Kaufman. The People versus Larry Flint. He's done some other great stuff, but Czechoslovakian, I believe, director. But anyways, I guess what I was expecting a little more from Barry Lyndon with the scale and costume design and sets, like that's what you get out of Amadeus, the scale of it, of just on screen, the wide shots and the what's going on in the background, the hundreds of extras that are used for scene, if not thousands. The stories behind this film is incredible. I believe it was filmed mostly in Prague, but it's one of the best, like, just again envy rival stories that I've seen. It's not very outright, not to spoil anything, but like Mozart never thinks of Salieri as his rival. Like Salieri comes off as a friendly person, but behind the scenes Salieri could not be more of an envious individual that you've ever seen before. Like,
right,
just to go to show, like, he grows up with a very religious background, prays to God for being like such a good composer. Yeah, no, like I said, like growing up, he thinks music and is like a gift from God, and prays to God for being like such a good composer, to make a life out of being a composer, which he does. But when he runs across Mozart, it makes him question his faith. Why, God, have you done this? And gave this like, little, I don't know, tard, I guess to say, or turd, makes, why have you given him all this like gifts? He's a child prodigy. He's like the greatest composer. Like he's such a big fan of Mozart that he absolutely despises Mozart. Like he wants to see his downfall so badly because he just can't believe that somebody could be so gifted with music. But yeah, the whole story of it is incredible, start to finish. Some of the best lines of dialogue, really funny moments, like way funnier than you would expect. It was the Best Picture winner in 1984, highly deserving.
Makes me think of The Prestige in a way.
I was gonna say yes. It gives
like
vibes
similar.
of like The Prestige. Yes. Again, not as outright of a rivalry, but definitely on par with something like
more
that.
behind the scenes. Yeah.
Like Salieri is just like the biggest hater that you've ever met before.
Respect that. Hey, I respect it.
But he also loves, like he also attends like every single performance.
He's a real
Mozart
hater.
does. Yes,
True
like
hater.
He's
True
crying.
hater.
He's crying to his music and talking about how it's life changing, like the best thing he's ever heard, and he just despises it.
You piece of crap.
Like
you gotta tip your hat to that.
Yeah, it's mostly because
That's
he's not that gifted is really what it is. Like,
right.
But yeah, such a phenomenal movie. I got Paul to watch it recently, him and Amanda. He said an easy 10 out of 10 for him. Highly recommend. Like I said, I was on kind of went from Amadeus to Tar on a music kick and Phantom Thread. So to wrap all this kind of up, and I'll do shows here in a second, and I won't score them. I'll just give a quick list. I told you before a synchronicity thing that happened to me that I was like, I got to talk to you about this on the next podcast.
Right.
That was like I could not have planned this, and the way that it happened was kind of mind blowing. Like, what are the odds? So I watched Phantom Thread, Amadeus, and Tar in the same weekend. And it took me 2 days after watching these to realize that each of these films share something in the climax of the film, where the main character has a literal fall, like a physical fall that is metaphorical for like their fall from grace. Each of those films had the same climax in that sense, that they just fall. As stupid as that sounds, I was like, what are the odds that I would watch 3 random movies from all different times and all different
It's like
directors?
they have a phantom thread connecting each other.
I think now is when we end the podcast.
Hey, I tried.
We're done. 14 episodes is good.
We're good, folks.
We've retired. No, great catch there. Great joke. But yeah, I just couldn't believe that. It was just blew my mind, I guess, that 3 completely different films I watched.
That is insane. I mean, couldn't really do that if you tried.
I had to really sit there and think about it. Like that was the climax of the film in a way. But yeah, pretty wild. But here we go. Least favorite to favorite shows I've watched. Running through them real quick. Squid Game season 2 and 3. Not very good.
That's fair. That's fair. They were not. They're awful, honestly.
Maul Shadow Lord season 1, pretty good. Not great. I mean, it was pretty good story overall. I think it was a little long, but
not enough Maul.
Not enough Maul, and the very end of it though, the last episode was pretty awesome. Daredevil Born Again season 1 and 2. It's okay. It's not Daredevil the original series on Netflix by any means.
Netflix will always hold. I mean, that was the run Netflix had with that, and Punisher was insane.
Yeah, Kingpin is still awesome, but I'm just not the biggest fan. The Boys season 5, it's pretty good overall. I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon of hating it. I'm also not gonna say it was fantastic. I think the show got pretty far away from what it was originally. Had some really good moments of heart. I didn't hate
the first few
finale.
seasons are definitely the best, but
yeah. I didn't hate the finale by any means, but I also thought it could have been better. It's just like, I think we live in the post Game of Thrones era where people just want to say like it's so bad of a finale that it ruins the show.
I think the very
down.
The final ending was fine. Like how it ended was fine. I think there was a few things that just didn't get enough closure.
Exactly. I think it rushed a lot of the last episode, like leading up to Homelander, like everything that happens after they're dealing with that storyline. It's a lot that goes on to happen in such a short amount of time. Really could have almost used another episode after, but I get it. Anyways, yeah, Boys season 5, Fallout season 2. I enjoyed that a good bit. Really, I thought it was on par with the first season for me. Enjoyed the world of it, the story of it, everything. I really enjoyed it a whole lot, and the way it all ends. Yeah, loved it. And going back to Vegas again too. Watched Andor, season 1 and 2, all of Andor, fantastic.
Heard good things about that.
Dude, so good. Definitely has a lot to say about the real world and what goes on, but it doesn't get too preachy at all. It's just like, as far as a rebellious story goes, and I guess anti-government, kind of anarchist sort of mindset, and what it does for Star Wars. It's definitely the deepest thing that Star Wars has ever done, and it ain't even close. It ain't even close. Like, has so many good themes or things to say. The quotes from the show, there's a whole prison storyline where Andy Serkis gets introduced in Andor. Some of the best television I've watched. It is so good, on that little arc that it has, and the end of that arc, it literally brought me to tears. Stellan Skarsgård is maybe at his best in this show to me. Fantastic.
Oh, wow.
The whole thing, the whole thing was awesome, and I could see why it has the following that it does, and it definitely deserves all the praise. Now into my top little 4 here. Spider-Man Noir with Nicolas Cage. Loved it so much. Watched it all in black and white. I love the noir aspect. I thought it was funny, but also like it reinvents the whole lore of Spider-Man in general. Fantastic. Nicolas Cage was awesome in it. The only thing that you and I talked about was the finale. I think could have been better, especially like, I think the second half of the finale, like it reaches a certain point that I'm like, this is so good, but then just kind of falls apart a little bit in the end, or it doesn't hold up to par for what the show overall was. But again, I guess kind of like what that new Batman show that's been coming out on Amazon Prime that takes place like in the 1920s, where it's kind of reinventing the Bruce Wayne character a little bit. It does that for Spider-Man here, but the acting in it is phenomenal. Yeah. All the actors in it. Brendan Gleeson is a favorite of mine.
So good.
Kind of a villain of the show. Lamorne Morris, who plays Robbie Robertson. He's a journalist and the film photographer. Does a fantastic job. The way that they reinvent the villains of Spider-Man is awesome. The backstory to it is kind of creepy a little bit.
Yeah, it's really creepy, actually.
Yeah, especially with the way that he gets his powers. It's like a jump scare moment. But dude, like the camera work and the transitions and the lighting and everything is like perfection to me. I thought it was awesome. I couldn't get enough of it. I binge watched it. It was amazing. I highly recommend Spider-Man Noir. I'm not going to say it's my favorite Spider-Man property by any means, because Spider-Man 2 will probably always be that. And I'm a big fan of the Spider-Verse films, but it's up there for me, man. Like it worked for me in all the right ways. It's weird to call it a Spider-Man project. It's kind of its own thing, in a sense, but awesome storytelling, start to finish, really. Next up is Invincible season 4. I watched the newest season of Invincible. I was a huge fan of Invincible in the first season. 2 and 3 kind of fell off for me. The new season 4 is the best of the series, in my opinion, bar none. I thought it was incredible. That gets more in the Space Odyssey aspect. The action in it is by far the best. The storytelling and the scale and what it gets into with the Viltrumites, insane. I kept complaining, kind of what I talked about with Devil Wears Prada in a funny way, too much romance. That's how I felt about Invincible season 2 and 3. This is like pretty much none. I mean, it has some, but I thought the focus on Mark and the stakes that he has against him, how hard it is getting into General Thrag, awesome, just completely awesome. When they get to Viltrum, it is probably the best episode of the entire series and one of the better of animated that I've watched. But I love the newest season. And then finally getting into Widow's Bay, my favorite show that I've watched this year in the last few months. So good. The blend of horror and comedy, I guess this perfectly transitions into, we can talk about it to finish off the podcast, but Widow's Bay is like, has a little bit of everything. If you're not a big horror nut, that's fine. I think it works. Again, has a few laugh out loud moments at least. In the show.
And there's a few like there's a couple like scare you, but not very many. I mean, but it is creepy.
It's kind of like I'd say with Obsession has one big jump scare, but you see it coming from a mile away. But even then, it shocks you.
Still gets you. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and like you're talking about with Widow's Bay, it's not a jump scare horror, which is my least favorite type of horror. Really, I just think it's too easy. But it's definitely more of a creepy, crawly sort of horror, and gets into a lot of folklore, which is like kind of the whole idea. I guess now I think about it, I really don't want to give too much away about Widow's Bay, because the way that it unfolds, it's kind of like, which is what Apple TV seems to be doing so well, even with something like Severance, where it leaves so many things that are ominous and keeps you guessing and deepens the lore with each episode. I don't know, like the introduction to so many parts of folklore within Widow's Bay is awesome. I really don't want to give anything away about it or even read the synopsis.
Yeah, I know.
But it follows Tom, who's a mayor of Widow's Bay, and him running the town and trying to make it into like they call it Martha's Vineyard is what they're compared to, and just the horrific history definitely in the flashback episode. My God, when he so crazy
when he's in the hotel, when he stays in the bed and breakfast. And he's looking through the board games. And
yeah, that was awesome. That whole episode,
so silly.
Even the hotel owner, them getting him to go into the room. And
and they're like
there for 3 hours, like it was 30 seconds. The finale of this show. I think I may have told you this, but I remember watching the True Detective season 1 finale for the first time and being like pacing the room, and I can't calm down, so intense. That's how this finale was for me.
It was
just so on edge. So
I just
many good
didn't
twists
know
and
what was
turns.
gonna happen.
Yeah. As soon as you think you do, you don't. Tom goes through the worst moral dilemma that I think I've ever seen put on screen before.
And it just gets worse and worse.
Worse and worse, all the way up to the end. But yeah, fantastic show. Again, if you're into any sort of like folklore, like it has some of the best that I've ever seen. And one thing I can't go without mentioning is Stephen Root, one of the best character actors, if not the best ever do character acting, and him in this show is maybe him at his best. You definitely get more of him than you do in a lot of other projects, but
Elle Dickey does a great job as well.
Yes.
And the limited lines she had, but especially the second last episode, whenever she was doing the retelling of the lineage, that might be my favorite scene of the whole show so far.
The funniest scene for me, I text you about it because I was literally dying and I had to tell Key about it, which was Patricia with the shotgun, just all the way through to the burning, just constantly trained on shotgun. You're watching a whole montage go through of just her holding a shotgun over somebody.
Hilarious. Yes, but, that was hilarious.
Yeah, fantastic overall show. Definitely the best I've watched this year, and just great. It has, between her and Tom, like different scenes, especially with Tom, where he reacts to stuff the way a normal person would react if they were put in those scenarios. Like so many horrors, like you're like, nobody would do this, but Key pointed that out in one of the first episodes, that she saw something about it on social media because the way he reacts to the sea hag is what they call her, I believe.
Yes, the sea hag. Well, she has a longer name, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, running into her on the road, the way that he reacts, like, nope. Like, this is exactly how you would react in this scenario.
A normal human being in real life would do exactly what he did. Like, absolutely not. Nope, I'm good.
But the way that, I guess it's kind of perfect to say in a way, the way that Widow's Bay's backstory unfolds and the lineage unfolds and Tom's like backstory unfolds, the way all that happens at once together is just like like the best that television can get, in my opinion. That finale
I
was
love
like
the
couldn't have been
the
any
lighthouse guy and
better.
that whole
That's so funny.
ordeal that was just ridiculous for no reason.
Yeah, it's man, like I said, it's the perfect blend of horror and comedy that I've really ever seen before.
It's somehow it's cozy to watch.
Yeah, and it is cozy. It's a comfort watch.
It's just crazy how it is cozy to watch. It's like I would love to visit Widow's Bay, like a real life.
Just wouldn't want to be born there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't want to be born there.
But yeah, so good.
Or whenever him and the girl that went on the date, and then he just that whole thing.
And I felt so bad for Patricia at times, like.
Oh man, brutal. The lady, the friend, not friend, but the girl her age. I mean, golly, man, she sucks.
What a terrible person. I just wanted to fight her.
Like
so
genuinely terrible person.
Yeah.
For no reason.
But yeah, if you haven't checked
His
out
son
Widow's
was also
Bay,
a terrible kid for a long part of that show, honestly. Got on my nerves, but
yeah, definitely made some stupid decisions. But one of those stupid decisions is also, I guess, kind of a smart decision. I don't want to give anything away.
Right.
Well, I guess, anyways, I don't want to get into it too much, but yeah, if you haven't watched Widow's Bay, I don't care if you don't have Apple TV, like Apple TV.
Find a trial or pay for it.
Have it
if
for
you
a
only
month or
bought
two.
1 month of Apple TV, you would get your money back just on Widow's Bay, Severance if you're wanting to watch that. There's a few, what's it called? The
Silo is
Fire.
one of the big ones. Oh yeah,
that last year with Taron Anderson. What was the name of that? Why can't Smoke?
I'm blanking. Yeah, it was Smoke.
Not Smoke. Was it Smoke?
I think
felt
it
like it was
just
too
Smoke.
simple, but I think it is.
Smoke. Yeah, that was really good. Blackbird with Taron Egerton was
Blackbird,
like one of the first things they ever did. That's
wonderful.
fantastic miniseries.
Might rewatch that.
Silo, I've heard a lot of great things about. As far as more of the lighthearted stuff, Shrinking, and also Ted Lasso. The Apple TV definitely has a good catalog.
Oh, and Seth Rogen's show.
Oh, The Studio. Oh my God,
yes.
Fantastic! Like Apple TV,
that's a good lighthearted.
Anything bad? I'll say that right now. Like
no, they just don't have enough quantity out yet.
Yeah, but they haven't had a misstep really yet. Like
I agree.
Their worst stuff is better than most other streaming platforms. Better stuff.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that.
But yeah, you gotta watch Widow's Bay. Please watch it so you can talk to me and Seth about it. We can get into spoilers with you, but
it's amazing. Actually amazing.
I was like, where is this going to go? How are they going to do multiple seasons, like going into the finale? And they could not have done it any better.
Yes,
like
it's set up perfectly for another season for sure.
Top tier writing and so much mystery left, and
especially if you listen to the end of the episode on a certain thing.
Yeah,
because of what was revealed about like a bell sounding.
Yeah,
crazy.
Perfect ending.
Yeah, next season's gonna be crazy.
I can't wait, dude. I
need it now. I need it now. Please.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for the most part. Just watch Widow's Bay is really all we're getting.
If you do one thing from this, watch Widow's Bay and then go see Obsession.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to watch it and for us
see
to talk
a bunch
about
of movies. Actually, see as many movies as you can.
Support cinema. Cinema's back.
Get AMC A-list and then go see 4 movies every week.
Especially with Odyssey coming out here soon. I'll probably be watching that multiple times.
You can see Odyssey in IMAX for free, folks.
Key and I are going to see it in IMAX 70 millimeter, which I'm really excited about. We watched Oppenheimer together on our first date, another Nolan film, on film as well. So, yeah, it's awesome. I was so sleep deprived when we saw Oppenheimer that when I heard the clicking of the actual film behind me, I was like, well, that's an artistic choice for Nolan to use that as sound design. And I'm like, wait, that's actually in the room. Like I'm an idiot.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Just not used to that.
When that bomb goes off and it goes silent, it's still one of the craziest moments ever in the theater I've ever experienced.
And talking about subverting expectations. To me, it's the gymnasium scene where he's having like
that too,
flashes,
panic attack, basically.
And chaos going on. Yeah, Oppenheimer is one of my favorite films of all time for sure. But yeah, 3 and almost 4-hour podcast here, folks, which
Hey,
is
that's good. It's been a while, so we did
a lot
it
to
extra
catch up
for you.
on. Yeah, but I guess wrapping it up. Hope everybody enjoyed the podcast, and we're so happy to be back with such a. I mean, we're touching on some of the longest films of all time in this podcast runtime, but yeah.
If you like Buffalo Wild Wings, order online a mobile order. That's how I got a free month of Apple TV. It's random, very random. Don't know what that's about, but that's what happened.
Partnership.
Yeah, whatever. Just a heads up.
But yeah, if you enjoyed the podcast, give us a thumbs up, share some reviews on us, and follow for us for future episodes.
Yes,
like I said, it's been kind of difficult with the newborn and everything in the schedule, but try to do as many as we really can. And yeah, if you watch any of the movies or shows we've talked about, please let us know. We'd love to talk about it with you. We'd always love talking movies. Yeah, and I guess until next time, we'll see you at the movies.
See ya.